What? 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 Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
If you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it.
Hello, everybody. It is I, Shere Khan, the tiger of the forest, killer of Mowgli, Bagheera, and that stupid King Louie. Hello, everybody. This is my assistant Ka. He is a constrictor, and we are here to jungle your books.
Can I be the bear? I want to be the bear.
I killed the bear.
But I like the bear.
You're not. Do you want to be dead?
No.
All right. Well, I don't know.
Can I
what
be
are the characters?
Can I be the jaguar?
Bagheera?
Yeah.
I think
Whoever Idris Elba voiced,
Khan.
I want to be them.
Who does what? Idris
Elba. Didn't he voice him in the live action one?
Idris Elba. Oh, he did Shere Khan, I think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did me. I already picked him.
All right. Well, which one did Ben Kingsley do? I want to do that one.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know? Come on, the Mandarin
that?
from the Iron Man movies, Ben Kingsley.
Okay. First of all, this motherfucker is 82 years old. Where's his movies? Shutter Island, please.
You ain't never seen Shutter Island?
No. He was in Schindler's List?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember a lot of Schindler's List. Prison movies don't do it for me, man. Like, I remember Green Mile, but that's about it. Oh yeah.
He was in Moses, 1995 movie. Oh yeah, The Jungle Book, 2016. Who did he voice in The Jungle Book?
He was in Species.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley was Bagheera.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna point. I'm looking at his IMDb. He doesn't star in movie. Oh, he's in Tuck Everlasting. That was a weird book.
It was.
Yeah, like his filmography here is none of the shit that I would be interested in. Like, I don't see a single Guillermo del Toro movie.
Well, Guillermo del Toro isn't the only director.
What? What did you say?
He was in The Number 11. That was a good movie.
He is to me.
A Night at the Museum.
Guillermo, if this ever gets to you, I only watch your movies because I like those, and that's good. And I like to watch things that are good. What did I do?
You ragging on Ben Kingsley.
I don't have to like him.
Also, he was in Gandhi.
Didn't watch. I'm not watching a Gandhi biopic. Are you kidding me? He walked. This is worse than Lord of the Rings. He walked for 500 months as a protest. Is that what the movie is? Him walking to the shore to make salt? I'm good. I saw Lord of the Rings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
What about the fantastic, based on a video game, Jake Gyllenhaal Prince of Persia movie?
What? They couldn't find now one guy from Turkey. Now one guy from Iran. Now what? You couldn't find a single Persian.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
You grab Bubble Boy. The whitest kid we can think of.
It's just like they got the guy who played fucking Magneto in the X-Men movies to be in the Assassin's Creed movie.
I thought you were talking about Ian McKellen. I was like, I'm gonna have to drive.
No, the newer ones. Days of Future Past.
And beat Tim's ass if he ever says anything about Ian McKellen.
No, I'm talking about Michael Fassbender.
Oh. I don't think I've ever seen anything with him in it.
He was Magneto in all the new X-Men movies.
I didn't like those.
Mikey,
Tim, I only like really good. I really like really good artsy fartsy stuff. I'm very particular.
Prince of Persia isn't artsy fartsy enough for you?
Did you watch Frankenstein yet?
No.
Oh my! This is what I'm talking about. Like, you're frustrated with me because I won't watch.
Okay,
shit.
so what? Did you watch like The Irishman or something?
No.
That's an artsy fartsy movie.
I didn't see it yet.
Well,
I was too busy rewatching Pan's Labyrinth.
well, maybe you should stop watching Pan's Labyrinth and watch other movies.
It's so good.
It's not the only movie.
And then I watch Hellboys 1 and 2.
Okay, I think I know what's going on here.
I have ADHD and I only like the stuff that I like.
Pacific Rim. That's a Del Toro movie, right?
I didn't watch that.
You didn't watch fucking Pacific
Ron
Rim?
Perlman wasn't in it, and neither was fucking Doug.
Idris Elba was in it.
Yeah. Look, me and Idris are rivals. He doesn't know that, but me and him we're contemporaries. We do a lot of the same things. So
and it's a really good one. It's giant robots fighting kaijus. What more do you want?
Magic.
It probably has magic.
What you mean probably? I thought you watched it.
They didn't explain fully how everything happened.
Oh,
and it's got Charlie Day in it. He's hilarious.
Who the hell is Charlie Day?
The guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. One of those guys.
Oh, I never watched that show. Oh my god. I only watch
Mikey,
a couple
how are
of
we
things.
friends? Our cultural references are completely different.
Because Tim, all the cultural references I make to you, you like because I only watch really, really top tier, S tier media. That's the secret.
I disagree.
You still didn't watch Frankenstein. Anyway, hi guys. Never mind Tim and his horrible movie takes.
Mikey only knows 5 movies in the whole world.
6. What else do you need? You think I'm gonna just be
know.
watching movies every day? Oh my god. No, I just watch the same ones.
Well, that and all the Miss Rachel that you can get.
Well, we're doing Sesame Street today. Or what's today? Thursday? Tomorrow is music day, where we just jam out to concerts all day. No dumbass nursery rhymes, just actual music, which she really enjoys. So I'll just get ready to give up all of my money so she can buy instruments that she'll drop after 6 months.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, Mikey,
I
put 2 and 2 together over here.
Oh,
and
no.
I saw your guitars and my
Yeah.
lack of knowing how to play the guitar.
Oh boy. You want me to teach you?
A little bit.
Okay. All I have to do is show you how to practice, and then the rest is up to you. It's really not that hard. It's just annoying.
I don't mind it being annoying, and I don't mind practicing. I just don't know how to do it.
I'm not the best guitarist ever, but I can hold my own. I'm more of a writer now, so I'm good on the teaching people how to do stuff. But they're like, all right, now show me how to do a ripping solo. I was like, yeah, I don't solo because this is the part where I would either let someone else play guitar or I'm singing. So the rent to owns you can flip out and many independent music stores, you say. See, that's the all right. Last distraction, last banter. And then I want to get us going here because we got a lot, and I got Tim for a short amount of time today. My original plan, the original plan was to be a band director for a high school. And
Okay.
like do the marching band and do parades and all that stuff. Like I wanted to do that. And I wanted to do it at an inner city school because I think those kids are great and they just don't get a lot of opportunities. So that was the plan. And then they're like, hey, $150,000 to go to college. I was like, whoa, buddy, let's talk about this. So then I had another plan, and I was in my band already. I was doing like local tours and stuff. We would just kind of like book shows every other weekend or something like that, whatever we could. And it was about a year into that. I was like, I want to have a venue.
Ooh. Yeah.
I want a concert hall.
You wanna be the
host.
The host. And I assume like the artistic director. Like you want to book the talent. You want to be the booker.
Or if maybe the final say on the book or whatever, maybe someone else can help me with that. But yeah, that was because I think music is great, obviously, but it is a very life-changing experience for young people to perform on stage in front of their friends.
Right. There was
and I think that might be wrong with the white boys of today. no garage bands, dude.
Yeah, that's true. There was a small theater not too far from where I live currently. It doesn't exist anymore, but they had a lot of great indie bands in their theater. It only held like, I want to say 200 people tops.
Yeah.
But they would have all these like independent acts that came in from out of town and like do good music. And they had local acts too who like you'd see over and over, and you'd see them get better over time. There was this one band who always like opened for other bands that I liked. And like the first time I saw them, I was like, their songs are way too long. They don't know how to end songs. They were all 7-8 minutes long, and we're like, oh my god, dude.
No third chorus. What are we talking about? Fifth chorus.
But by like the third time I saw them, their songs were like a good length, and they were good. Like you could see the progression of the band over time.
I think local bands are the lifeblood of this nation, and they have been completely ignored and overlooked. And as soon as we get the garage, as soon as the kids start getting back in the garage, making noise, sucking at their instruments, but then being brave enough to try it in front of their friends. That's the courage that we need for this new administration that we're putting forward, Tim.
Ooh, Mikey.
Ooh.
Progress only says, my parents owned a venue when they owned a radio station. It was the main church building where the station was set. It sucked to do events like that, but I'd rather do the management.
Some of us enjoy the pain.
I've done enough, like, I guess, management of events that it's not terrible to do.
I'll take that for the good I know it'll do.
Yeah, right. Like dealing with talent sometimes is weird because they want money that you can't pay them. But
see, can't you? I think there's a way to do it in a co-op fashion.
There is, and if you know enough people, they'll you work out deals and whatnot and do whatever. When I was putting on the Renaissance Fair, we booked like musical talent and whatnot, and some of them were my friends. So I was like, go nuts, go do. I'll pay you some money.
Last thing I'll say on this, and then we can get started on the awesome news. If you have a local band and they have like a YouTube channel, put that shit in the chat. I want to listen to them. Let's do some small band revival. Booking agents are desperately needed in smaller towns, but Mikey would have to leave Chicagoland. Well, Mikey may not be in America for much longer. They only got a couple of more strikes, and I'm fucking out of here. Fucking, we're done. We're done with this. It's over. Let me pull up the list. Oh, we didn't say hello to the people.
Yeah, the only thing really keeping me here is the illegality of just taking a plane to Ireland and escaping into the wild somewhere. Like, I don't want to be kicked out and not be allowed back in.
I mean, Trump banning people is not going to stick. Like, once this administration is gone, everybody's coming back. Like,
no, I mean, like,
say,
I don't want Ireland to ban me from Ireland.
Oh, right.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I was like, dude, everyone's gonna.
Because like, from there, if you're there for longer than a couple of months, they'll start looking for you, and then you can't come back.
That's why you blend in with the natives. They'll never find you. Okay, let's get started. First on the menu, Farmer Watch. Whoop 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 whoop. Farmer Watch. Oh, wait a minute.
Mikey, I hate to interrupt you, but...
Oh, boy. Did it happen?
It happened.
It's happening?
It's happening. It happened.
Oh my God. Oh, my God, Allie.
20 gifted memberships from
Holy
Viper
shit.
Scott.
All right,
this bin podcast brought to you by Viper Scott.
Holy shit. Okay. You got buttons for me?
I got buttons.
My unfinished sock.
He'd come, maybe he wouldn't.
Christy says just claim political asylum. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're being assaulted. Torum Soul.
Thank you for your question, Senator.
Ayame.
Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body.
Native Atheist.
New achievement.
Mike Dix.
God damn, you're an embarrassment.
Harsh. Amy B. Hogan.
Democrats are revved up.
Paul Pollard.
He's a real stiff.
The Driftless Iowan. Hey,
In my
Driftless.
time, you
Congress-
don't get to talk.
Lumber is at a
Reclaiming
5
my-
Hi, Izzy A. Productions.
We do not care.
Ouch. Jess.
Read history. You learn from history.
I forgot it was longer. Inquisitive Queen. Shannon the Cannibal Kitty.
In the hell?
Black Female Atheist.
This is sick shit.
Graham Hughes.
Because you are making the president look bad.
Kella Hella.
Defending cankles, McTaco tits, and owning the libs. That's Thur.
Dragons and Genesis.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
That's a good podcast. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out on Spotify right now. Mo Ruby 12.
Broke my ass.
Durhamite Blue.
I can all write it and we'll do it live.
Oh my god, I lost it. I got it. Chef.
I love Tesla.
You guys are all part of the Binsiders. Thank you very much to our patron saint, Viper Scott.
Yes,
Oof.
air horns for Viper Scott.
Okay. Man.
I
I feel like the gratitude, it's hard to like continue to do the show because I want to just be like, that was so cool. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me get back. Focus. Focus like a laser beam. That picture is
It's really tiny.
Oh. What if I do this? Aha. Nope. But what if I do this? Aha.
Why'd all of our shit get fucked up?
I only have one screen.
Oh, Mikey's only got. Do you want me to like do this or like you only got one screen?
I mean, it's working okay.
Okay.
You're very small. Like you're about 2 thumb thicknesses on my screen right now. Because this is half and half, and then this is the other half, but it's maximized. It's weird. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. It's a
All
fun
right,
world
but
we
first,
live in.
You know, you watch the news and there's storms somewhere in the south or in the west. Oh, that'll never happen here. Well, it was just our turn, I think.
Closed for the season. Signs at orchards that usually come down in early to midsummer.
No, not the orchards.
Okay, so we'll play a little game here. Why did they close early?
So it's probably one of two things. It's either they don't have any money or they don't have any workers.
Okay. Chat, go ahead and put it in there. I'll hit play.
Once fruit is ready to be picked. But for at least 60 orchards in Pennsylvania, these are signs that will not come down this year.
They're not going to open their market at all. They're closed for a whole year. It is demeaning and to go through the rows and there's no fruit on them. You know, nothing. We're not used to that.
Fruit farmers are well aware that they chose a profession that comes with a tremendous amount of risk.
We are actually gambling. We don't need to go to Las Vegas because we're doing it right here at home.
The Boyer family has been growing fruit in Bedford County since the 1950s.
As of yesterday, Progress Only in chat says, as of yesterday, FEMA not going to send money to Michigan for the 3rd qualified event in the last 2 years.
They don't have any money.
Yeah, Thirsty Gnome had to pay her buddy $120 million just to make a goddamn commercial.
But this spring, Mother Nature had the deck stacked against Pennsylvania fruit farmers like they have never seen before.
The magnitude of the cold air that came at us was just unbelievable. Something I've never experienced.
Fruit trees become very vulnerable to cold weather once buds crack open and green tissue becomes visible.
Our rule of thumb is
show me famine. Number one answer.
Normally, we don't see green tissue till the end of March. Well, this year it was the middle of March because we had too many 80-degree days in March and 60-degree nights. And
remember that crazy weather we were having, Tim? Remember that shit?
that just, the trees, they can't stop. They just kept coming. And so we were 2 weeks early to begin with.
Fast forward to the night of April 7th, as a burly area of Canadian high pressure nestled into the northern mid-Atlantic. Temperatures plummeted into the upper teens and low 20s, where delicate fruit buds were just waiting to get walloped.
It seemed to wipe out any of the stone fruits, peach, cherry, nectarine, apricot.
Almost wiped out my potatoes.
Taters.
While southern PA...
Look at that. There's your apple, Tim.
Damn.
Farmers started to assess potential stone fruit losses, they remained optimistic about some of their other crops, like pears and apples, since most of them did not begin to bloom just yet.
The apples and pears are saved. Tim,
Forever.
what's in the Cockney rhyme scheme? What's apples and pears? Ooh, got him.
I have no idea.
And you think you're going to sneak into Ireland and not be found. They're going to find you out, you American. There's an American over here. The stairs, man.
I got myself an Irish Guinness soccer jersey.
That'll probably get you further than the language. If you just point and
I'll
just do a couple of these.
I'll have a Guinness with me and I'll just point to that and then a jersey.
Just do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just do that.
And you know what? I don't need any language. All I have to do is say fella.
Or listen.
Listen, fella.
Just drunk talk. Just be a belligerent soccer fan. They're like, oh no, that's the guy. Hey, wait a minute.
But it wouldn't be long. Just a few days later, record warmth arrived, and 80s and 90s took over the state, jump-starting the rest of the fruits in southern PA and jump-starting all fruits in northern PA. Then came the night of April 20th.
Damn. He's like, we're doing good as long as we don't get another frost. At least we got the peaches and the pears.
Man, I remember this because, so I live not too far from all that nonsense, so I got it too. And yeah, it was really warm and then super fucking cold. I didn't put my plants outside until after that frost. I was like, it's going to get cold.
Yep. My shit stayed in the garage.
Record cold descended on the Commonwealth, sending the temperatures tumbling into the teens and low 20s again.
The second freeze, then it took the pears out and really thinned the apples, ones that were out.
By taking advantage of ridge tops, orchards can often help their trees to avoid the worst of a spring frost or freeze. But for many Pennsylvania fruit growers, these trees were no match for the magnitude, depth, and duration.
No, just get a space heater and a blanket and just put the blanket around the trees. And then you put the space heater, like you have the little vent go up underneath the blanket.
That'll fit.
It would be $1 billion to fund that. But yeah, trees grow outside.
I really have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
Of the late April chill this year.
Most of our orchards are on top of Chestnut Ridge. It was a 400 feet elevation difference in the warmer areas up there. But with the freeze, it was so cold in the atmosphere that there wasn't any warm air to be had.
That man talks like he's an apple orchard person. He is not in a hurry to say anything. He talks at the speed of an apple growing.
I mean, it is also rural Pennsylvania.
Hell yeah.
The cold, it was just everywhere, permeated all of our blocks and then the trees, and they were almost the size of peas, the fruitlets, and it froze them solid and turned the seeds brown, and they just fell off then.
For a state in which fruit farmers routinely produce more than $500 million annually, this spring's weather whiplash was truly devastating. The Pennsylvania Farm Bureau conducted a survey to examine the extent of the damages.
Hey, but we should drill, baby, drill. You know what I mean? Like, well, who cares about the environment? It doesn't have any long-term effects.
No,
it's fine. It'll probably hurt somebody else, not us.
I doubt it.
So stupid. This is why you don't drill everything. We're making the fucking planet too hot, guys. The planet is too hot. Okay? It's fucking up all of the fucking the jet streams. And it's killing all the fruit. Damn it.
87% of fruit growers reported a loss of at least 25%. 2/3 reported a loss of at least 75%, and nearly 1/3 reported a total crop loss.
What? Y'all want to drill still? Okay.
The Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture is predicting statewide losses of approximately $200 million, and it will be felt by consumers.
Any peaches of any volume that if you're looking for them, you have to go to either North or South Carolina. And
you know Lindsey Graham is holding all of them, making you give him a kiss on the cheek if you want one. I'm so sick of kissing him.
Doubled in price.
For apples, you should still find some, but they might not be your go-to varieties.
Seemed like Red Delicious and Honeycrisp got really cooked.
No, not the Honeycrisp apples. No.
Like the Red Delicious, I was like, that's okay. Actually,
yeah, Red Delicious.
You could just not grow those anymore. Actually,
but,
you could just cut them trees down and burn them.
But the Honeycrisp, no.
Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards.
Open the fucking apples, you crazy bastards.
By the two freeze events, we have Cortland, Macintosh, and Goldens, and Fuji, and others that.
Fuji. I do like. I ate favorite apple in the chat. If it's not Honeycrisp, don't even bother typing.
Yeah, if it's not Honeycrisp, you're wrong.
Fuji's are really good though.
Fuji's are good. I like Fuji's. I like what are the Pink Lady apples? Those are pretty good too.
And Galas.
Yeah.
I'll take a Gala in a pinch.
Macintosh apples are gross.
Red Delicious, Golden Delicious, Macintosh. Disgusting pieces of garbage.
So bad.
I've never seen a plant make garbage.
Yeah. I do use Granny Smith apples, but only for cooking and baking.
100.
Yeah.
Well, they're red. They're very red, but delicious. Okay,
red.
hold on.
Now, not as maybe as much as we'd like, but there's, there's a crop on some. We only have one,
but they're small.
They are smaller. I do like the big
chance
Honeycrisp apples.
Yeah, dude, I remember when the Honeycrisp came out, and I was working at a grocery store in St. Louis, and this lady bought 4 apples, and it was $16, and she was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "It's $3.99 a pound." Each apple weighed 1.5 pounds. Like these are big, hunking, giant, oversized softball size apples, and she's like, "What the fuck? It's $3.99." I was like, the apples, you have 8 pounds of apples. Don't be surprised.
Of setting a crop, right in April or May while they're blooming, whatever. And if we don't get the right opportunities, to set a crop from the weather, that's it till the next year. We have an engine.
Yeah, you're right. He should have had his crew back there like this.
Doing it all. See, Americans are doing it all wrong.
What was that, the Scots? Or
yeah, no, it was the Irish.
Irish.
You need 10 guys behind you making you look like the most reasonable human being, and they're about to jump the reporter.
The reporter is about to lose his wallet and shoes.
Engine running here with our business, and we need, fruit to,
I want to eat that entire fucking, I will eat those. I will eat all of those.
I will
to
swim
keep
in those
our
apples.
engine going. I
Scrooge
still
McDuck style.
Come here, stinky butt. I'm gonna cut up some apple for us. She loves apple.
think we would have been all right if we wouldn't have.
All right. Last distraction, I promise. Stinky Butt loves cut up apples, and then I showed her the cheat code of adding peanut butter to the recipe.
Oh.
She treated it like a lollipop. She was just eating the peanut butter off. I was like, no, you take a bite. And she was like, oh, you eat it together? Oh,
so
I like this.
slight tangent on your tangent. I've discovered that the foster kid living with me loves the frosting on cookies, but not the cookies.
Are you getting those weird, like sugary white cookies that are like really powdery on the inside, and they got like that thick, almost quarter-inch of frosting on the top, like the ones that come in the pack with the 2 rows?
Not
clear
quite.
plastic joint?
They got animal crackers with frosting on them.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't
And
eat
then
those things.
the only thing that remained was the animal crackers.
That's different.
Yeah.
There's like I already knew I was getting old at like 20 when I ate one of those. I was like, ooh, this is sweet.
But I was like, why did you lick all the frosting off the animal cracker and not eat the cracker? And they were like, leave me alone. And I was like, what do you mean? You're supposed to eat the cracker.
Quit judging.
Been 2 weeks early.
A majority of
the cookies are trash.
Growers have crop insurance to help offset some of the losses, but it certainly won't cover it all, leaving many in a cloud of uncertainty.
You know, we're all going to tighten our belt and cut back because we won't have the income coming in. And the other concern that I have is
that's right. Big sugar is coming for all of us.
Yeah. Big
all
sugar
of us.
is they got their fingers in everything.
It's weird,
sticky fingers.
Like I have coffee every day, and then I usually drink like water and juice. When I have a soda, oh my God, it's like I've got fucking rocket fuel. I'm like, oh my, you people drink this every day? I have like 6 a month.
I haven't had a sugary drink in 6 months.
I don't even miss it.
the guys I call my additional sons. We really have good employees, and if we don't have work for them, it's more of a personal, as far as our employees is what I get concerned over, because whether picking, harvesting, pruning, it's all done by hand.
Dedication and resiliency, two qualities.
Whew, that would suck.
Mm-hmm.
Midterm.
Well,
news.
I think it's clear that.
So here's ranking member Senator Peters. That is a hard sentence. Ranking member Senator Peters.
Mm.
That's too many different consonant sounds. But mail-in ballots are fraud. We all agree to that. But let's hear what he has to say.
There's nowhere in the Constitution, there's no federal law that the Postal Service is authorized to create these types of voter databases, ballot verification systems, or mandatory standards. It just simply doesn't exist. It's hard to interpret a law when it doesn't even exist there, which is what we have. Just because President Trump wants to do this does not make it law, doesn't make it right, doesn't make it constitutional. There is certainly a massive difference between general mail requirements and regulating elections. Routine changes to the postal network can have a small impact on election mail, but this effort is a power grab to swap constitutionally mandated state control for what the president wants. I think it's very clear. So last year, Mr. Steiner, you issued a rule that explicitly said that the Postal Service has, quote, no role in administering elections. What has changed?
Okay. Tim. Oops. 5 British pounds from Viper Scott. Thank you so much, Viper Scott. Tim, give them an Empire biscuit. Can't lick that frosting off them. So what the Viper Scott said from now on what subject? We're going to talk about voters.
Voters?
Mm-hmm. And how you register and what you vote for and how it works.
Oh, okay.
We haven't broken that down yet.
That's easy.
Well, go get some fucking Empire biscuits, dude.
It's so easy. All you have to do is vote.
Yeah, we're gonna
as many times as you want. You could just vote.
I don't think anything has changed. Senator, I'm not a political person, and
I thought the senator was saying that for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
The Postal Service is not a political organization. We, as you said, I think you quite aptly said, We deliver mail. That's what we do. We deliver mail. And that's what ballots are. Ballots are mail. Now, they are a special kind of mail, obviously. They need special care. And so years ago, we recommended what we call Kit 600. And Kit 600...
Yes.
Republicans need to either get behind the Postal Service or shut the fuck up.
They tried to defund it 100 times.
Stop trying to defund the Postal Service or privatize it, but then come around and say, well, you should obviously be tracking all the mail-in ballots that come in and create a list. Either give them the money to do their jobs or go the fuck away.
It's weird. It's almost like they're making problems that only that they can solve.
And when this guy was talking about, well, we just deliver the mail, I wanted him to be like, but we also like look at it, so we open it and take a peek.
We smell it.
And then we glue it back together. So you never know. You never know. But sometimes
we have a sophisticated team of reconstruction artists. That's what we call them. After we tamper with your mail. All those dirty pictures your wife sent, I looked at them first.
The fundamental premises of Kit 600 is a unique barcode and a unique envelope. That allows us to move those ballots more efficiently, more securely.
More efficiently? You're the fucking mail system.
That is what our proposed rules suggest, is that we have unique barcode, unique envelope. And that is not something that is new. That's something that's been being used by states throughout the country on both sides of the political spectrum. So California has followed it. Oregon has followed it. Arizona has followed it. Florida has followed it, among many other states.
Even
And
Florida
so
can do it. I like how he's like, and Florida has done it, guys. Come on.
He did say Florida like they were the redheaded stepchild, didn't he? He did say that.
To me, it's not a political question. It's a question of how do we most efficiently and securely move ballots. We've been recommending this for
maybe don't use those slow ass trucks that have the right hand drive. Put them in a regular car. Because if you're driving around in those 2-cylinder putt-putts, like
many years, all this does is make it a requirement.
Well, certainly best practices are different than having a mandatory requirement. You could follow best practices to deliver it more efficiently without having control of vast voter rolls and having the ability to have that data. This is basically a backdoor way for the federal government to get voting information that states control under.
What?
Are you saying the federal government would be like keeping a voter roll in DC?
No, they would never do that. They can't do that.
The Republicans have said for a long time that it is the state's job, responsibility, and privilege to hold their own elections. And no DC bureaucrat, some swamp creature from the Black Lagoon, is going to come in here and tell us in Tejas, in Oklahoma, in Nebraska, how to run our elections. Unless this asshole gets up there appointed by Trump and says, actually, we have done a complete 180. We want a list of every single voter and we want to keep it. And and that's going to have their party affiliation. It's going to have their voting history. We want to be able to track how you vote.
I love the hypocrisy of, well, you can't create a national database for guns. That violates my rights. But a national voter database that only the president really gets to control?
Well, we just want to make sure that the ballots that you send are the ballots that we get.
How about we want to make sure that the gun that you own is the gun that you own?
So, like, while he's trying to set up this registry, all you have to do is put up and I'm sure this is probably part of the process. Maybe I'll talk to Brenna and bug her and see if she knows the answer to this. But I'm fairly certain there's some sort of manifest or, okay, these are the ballot boxes 1 through 50. And they contain the people from districts this, and this.
Yeah.
That's all you really fucking need, guy. You don't need to know whether or not Mikey Famine voted red or blue. That is not important to you.
Well, and here's the thing is those jobs exist and those people exist. Every city or town or municipality has a registrar of voters. Their entire job is to make sure that that shit is correct.
Well, wait till Trump gets in there. He'll make it really efficient. Look at the pool.
For the U.S. Constitution. So yes or no, if a state refuses to turn their absentee voter list over to the federal government, will the Postal Service still mail their ballots under this proposal route?
Under our proposed regulation, no. We would tell the state that we need the manifest in order to, look, what we're asking.
Again, you are not entitled to that fucking information, G Unit. No. You don't get to know how I vote. It is a secret ballot. So you in DC will have no idea how I vote, ever. And the fact that these people are standing up in line saying, no, it's okay. We should mark down who voted for Trump and who didn't. We need to have a record of who didn't vote for Trump. What are you, fucking crazy?
Yeah, you're not supposed. It's a secret ballot for a reason, guys. Come on.
No. It's a secret until we fucking just scoop up all the information and then create our own Excel spreadsheet.
Well, listen.
So your neighbor won't know, but I will know.
And here's the thing. The parties already know. They can assume based on voting history or like your life who you're going to vote for. They can assume. They don't actually know. They're not going through the ballots and being like, oh, listen, Mikey Famine, he voted for Trump. They can't find that out. But they can assume based on your voting history and your voter registration and all this stuff, how likely you are to vote for certain candidates. And they track that data. And they're constantly polling people and they're constantly asking.
Oh, man, all these activists keep getting in car accidents with the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. I'm not telling you shit. And my state don't have to tell you shit. Get a fucking warrant, douchebag.
So unless you tell someone specifically who you're voting for, they don't know. They're not supposed to know. That's the whole point.
Stop.
I mean, that's the answer. You tell no. So the proposed rule basically coerces states to conform to these new requirements and hand over their absentee voter rolls or face the consequences of not being able to vote by mail. Some states, that's all they do. Oregon is completely vote by mail. If they say, no, we control the list, the states control the list, we're not going to give it.
Oregon has followed Kit 600 since the day they started voting by mail.
Yeah, but they didn't have a fucking registry attached to it. Look at the smugness on this little shit.
Yeah.
Like we're just doing what's already been done. Then why the fuck are you sitting in front of me telling me about it? If this is the way we've always done things, then why are you in front of me answering questions about it?
This is a different issue. This will be a lot different issue. You're telling these states either give the federal government this information, trust the federal government, trust the Trump administration.
Hey, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
We'll take good care
of that a Ronald Reagan
and
line?
if you don't do it, you can't mail absentee ballots. You're going to make a decision that people cannot vote by mail. That's unacceptable.
Well, all that does, Senator, is make sure that we match the ballots that a state believes they're sending out to what actually gets sent out, right? And so
they already do that. There's already a system to do that.
You're the fucking mail guy.
You're right.
You're the guy in charge of the mail. If I send Tim a letter, we don't need to have a fucking commission on the other end to make sure he got the letter.
And
do your fucking job.
Here's how the mail-in voting actually works. In states where not everyone votes by mail-in ballot, so excepting like California and Oregon and a few other states, you have to request a ballot. They don't just send one to you. You have to send the Secretary of State a letter saying, I would like a mail-in ballot for this reason. And then they send you one. And then they know exactly who they sent a ballot to. Yeah. It's not hard, guys. It's actually pretty easy. You know what Trump did? He requested a ballot. And then they sent one to his address at Mar-a-Lago or wherever. And then he filled it out.
And then he took it on the plane. And then he took it on the plane with him and dropped it in a post box wherever he was.
Right. And they knew it was Donald Trump's ballot because it had his name on it. They sent it to him. They didn't just send it to random people. They send you a ballot with your name on it at your address with a specific barcode just for you.
But what if they send 100 ballots to Donald Trump And then he just gives them to his friends. That's never fucking happened. And I don't care about your mystery fucking machine crimes, mysteries you're trying to fucking solve here. It never fucking happened. Okay? He lost in 2020. Okay? He lost because everyone fucking hates his guts. He sucks at his job. He's a bigot. He's a xenophobic asshole. No one likes him. That's why he lost the election. We're not changing everything because the crybaby in chief wants to have a tantrum about it.
The fundamental problem here is a lack of understanding about how mail-in voting works. Yep. And then the people who are against mail-in voting seizing upon that lack of understanding and saying, well, it's just corrupt because you can just get ballots in the mail. Haha. Like that's not how it works. And if people understood that it's actually a very specific process with a lot of safeguards, they would understand it. What these people are talking about isn't actually happening.
And he's up here as the new postmaster general, lying his dick off because he has to fucking tap dance to what his fucking baby daddy is telling him to do.
Yeah. Once again, my first question to all of these Trump people, just to gauge their seriousness, would be who won the 2020 election?
That's what he should have started the question with.
Yeah.
All the state gives us is a list of here are the voters that are supposed to get ballots and here are the ballots. We then compare the two, make sure that the ballots that are supposed to be sent get sent. You know, if Maryland had followed that, they probably wouldn't be in the problem they're in today. So it is a much more efficient, a much more effective way to make sure that states, I would think that states would want the information to ensure that the ballots that they think are sending out are the ballots that are actually being sent out.
Well, they do know what they're dropping mail.
I mean, you could just send a report to each state and say, I got the ballots for all these people, and then send an email. If that's what you really want to do, you can just send them a receipt email. But this whole, let's just write down who voted for who going forward. Okay. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I think they can understand that. They think if they put an address with their voter rolls on a
Ollie.
Well, Ollie, all you got to do is get some of those forever stamps.
They're like $100 now. Up from 38 cents to $100.
Yeah, I know. It's like 70 cents for a stamp or something like that now.
Yeah, they used to be a nickel.
I know.
Piece of mail for a ballot and give it to you. They do expect you're actually going to deliver it. You don't have to say, we want all of your information. We want that information in our control. You mentioned Maryland. I think that was a printing error. This regulation wouldn't have done nothing to fix what happened in Maryland. The states control their own elections. That's pretty clear in the Constitution. And an effort by this administration to nationalize elections and have the federal government having this information is incredibly dangerous precedent. You can imagine sharing this information with the Department of Homeland Security and using these lists for a variety of nefarious purposes. We need to protect the integrity of the voting rolls. We need to protect the separation of elections from federal government, and ensure that our state and local governments are the one administering their own elections. That's what this is about.
Well, we are the Postal Service. All we do is deliver mail. We're trying to deliver it securely, efficiently, and accurately.
Then why are you trying to get a database started?
Yeah, right.
I just deliver the mail. And also I make databases everywhere I go. It's just what I do. I walk into a new store and I just start indexing.
We're just delivering the mail.
Also, tell me who you voted for. No, fuck you. Suck my dick. How about that? You like that? Make me get aggressive. I think I had a Harry Enton video. Let me double check. Oh my god. And I'm like at an angle, so my mouse is on my leg. And my pants are not straight. There we go. Okay, we'll go to Harry Enton, and then we're going to talk about the DSA.
A month ago, they disapproved of him 2 months ago, and they still disapprove of him. I mean, the polling is quite steady despite... Ooh, let's see. This is interesting.
Hold on.
We want to see if we can...
Oh, no, the screen broke. Not the big screen.
Need to reboot, which means turn it off and on.
Maybe we might need to do that.
He broke it.
Try.
What about this?
Steve Kornacki.
What about this? I'm going to select a different color. Will that help it? No. No. selecting a different color will
Democrats
not unfreeze
are
the fucking
revved
thing.
up.
Jeez. Viper Scott, 5 British pounds.
It's £1.75 for the first class stamp, of course, because it's now privatized in the UK. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, we're heading in that direction.
Oh man, that's like $3.
The post office is probably the closest it's ever been to being privatized.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't seem to be.
Come on, people.
We got
It's
Penn.
Monday.
We've got Penn working. Why we could toss it to John, or I could merely say this. Look, people disapproved of Trump 2 months ago. His disapproval rating was 64%.
Yeah,
Last month it was 66%. And this
month
month it is the same. 64%. So what we're talking about is that Americans, you can pay attention to me here, Americans still disapprove of the job that Donald Trump is doing on Iran, and 75% of independents disapprove of the job that Donald Trump is doing on Iran. So regardless of any deal that was made, the American people still disapprove of the job that Donald Trump is doing on Iran, despite whatever he's doing.
If you ever wondered if Harry didn't have all these numbers just bouncing around in his head, now you know. He doesn't even need the board. He just needs a chalkboard, and it's all good. And that is why we...
Look at this.
It
No, we did it. We did it. And I got the numbers right.
You did.
Disapprove of Trump on Iran. In April, it was 64%. Now, in May, it was 66%. And now it is 64%. And the 75% of independents disapprove of Trump on Iran.
What's
Bottom
the
line
margin
is
of
this,
error?
no matter what deal has been made,
I can't see. Doesn't say.
the clear majority,
Bad data.
2/3 of Americans still disapprove of the job
Probably
that Donald Trump is
plus or
doing
minus
when it
4.
comes to that conflict.
Let me ask you one more question. You know, when Americans look at this, do they think that Trump agreed to this deal and that he accomplished his goals, that he thinks, hey, I got this right?
Yeah, okay. So why did Trump agree to the deal? Well, it's simply this. Why Trump agree to the Iran deal? Wants the war to end or think the U.S. met its war goals. Look at this. 66% of Americans simply think he wanted to end the war. And even among Republicans, his own party don't think that, in fact, the Trump administration met its war goals. In fact, they think he wants to just end the war. So this idea, hey, we won, everyone, we won. The American people don't think that is exactly what happened. What they think happened was Iran was fighting back. America looked at their...
Fox News is always propaganda, just like all mainstream media. Okay. I get your upsetness. Yeah, and I get the Zio shit. But you have to think about what you're saying. They can't be propaganda. You can't be propaganda for the party that's not in power. Does that make sense? You know?
Chance of victory in terms of what Trump initially laid out as the chance of victory, they did not think that that was possibly going to be accomplished. We're talking about 2/3 of Americans, and even a majority of Republicans did.
Yeah, a lot of people looking at the Strait of Hormuz is saying it was open before, they just want it back open because we're all being affected by it. Harry Enton, it is a pleasure.
It is a pleasure. We'll come back later this week.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we'll try and make sure all that.
Mikey, I just want to point out that I was right. I just want to that this MOU thing isn't going to fucking matter at all.
And we called it too with the fucking Israel hitting fucking Lebanon.
Yeah.
I was like, they're gonna torpedo this thing. They're not gonna just let them have a fucking peace. They're not gonna have peace.
And Iran was like, well, I guess we're closing the strait again.
Shut it down, y'all. Both parties are AIPAC puppets. Right, which is why this is not a democratic show.
It's working.
John.
We use the people who have big production companies and nice graphics and all that shit because we don't want to just read a bunch of fucking sheets of paper to y'all. That's boring.
I mean, CNN's owned by a company that is owned by a fucking friend of Trump. So
yeah, brother, we already know we've all been turned on, but we need videos for the show.
Harry turned the Muggle wall into a magic wall before our very eyes.
I try. You know what?
Like, look at these motherfuckers making Harry Potter references. These are some fucking geeks, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we understand.
I try my very best.
You are magic.
I did
it.
Yeah, there we go. And there we go. I did it. Josh Shapiro is doing absolutely fantastically in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. In fact, he may have a historic win on his hands.
This is the compilation episode. Okay. I was like, hell, he changed clothes.
Here. Okay, Josh Shapiro's lead in Pennsylvania gubernatorial polls. In February, he was up 20 points. You think that's good? How about he's now up 22 points in a poll?
Okay, I'm over it. But since Homeboy wanted to bring up all that stuff, we talked briefly about it, but let's see how the panel deals with the Zoran Mamdani backed DSA candidates sweeping the New York primary.
These CNN panels are always a train wreck.
Yes. Some more foreign funds to keep up the work. Thank you.
The Vin podcast sponsored by Viper Scott.
Vipered by Scotland.
Which frankly is perhaps one of the more controversial of his endorsements.
Oh, wait, Mikey, pause it for 1 second.
Pause.
Speaking of Scotland, did you see that the Scottish are just roaming America, drinking us dry of beer?
It's
culture.
culture.
For the one.
They went from Boston to Florida. They're in Miami drinking all the beer in Miami now.
Good. Don't let it happen again.
To see where this narrative goes, and we'll be watching that as the night goes on. John King, thank you very much. We'll be back with you as the night progresses. My panel is here with me. Let's start with the two candidates that Zoran Mamdani endorsed. We're still waiting again for the fate of New York 13, which frankly is perhaps one of the more controversial of his endorsements.
We're definitely going to talk about 13.
But if he were to get a clean sweep tonight, that message, what is the message that is being sent to national Democrats as a result of it?
Yeah, I think it's a reckoning. I think it's a wake-up call. I think people are trying to say over and over again that we're tired of how the game has been played. We've tried it your way. We've tried it with your consultants. We've tried it with you reaching across the aisle, and we're tired. And we want people who are looking out for the people. And that's what Mamdani represents.
Whoa. Who's been saying that radical notion that the people just want, I don't know, something?
Anything.
The people would like something, please, instead of getting nothing over and over again and being told you're going to like it.
Here's what the people have seen. Mamdani has been mayor for, what, 6 months now?
Yeah.
He's reduced crime in New York City.
Oops.
The Knicks are the NBA champions.
Sharia law is the law of the land.
And he's doing things that he promised that he would do. Like he's doing all the stuff he promised he would do.
He got millions of dollars of rent forgiven. That people were having like these rent standoffs with shitty landlords. He's got landlords paying back and fixing shit. He fixed the budget.
Forget the DSA stuff. Forget that he is a democratic socialist. Forget all that stuff.
He got the money from Hochul.
He got the money from Hochul. He fixed the budget in New York City, which Adams fucked up hard
and lied about to make it look not as bad as it was.
Because his entire corrupt administration was corrupt.
What? You saying corruption? You're saying absolute corruption corrupts absolutely, Tim? But absolute corruption breeds absolute power.
Even if you take the actual, like, the political ideologies out of it, he's a politician who promised to do things and then did them.
If the Jets win the Super Bowl, I think something's going on behind the scenes. Yeah, if they just fucking come out of nowhere, Giants just beat up on everybody.
The Mets have to win the World Series, and the Jets have to win the Super Bowl, and then I'll believe the conspiracy.
And the Rangers win the cup.
Yeah, and the Rangers win the cup.
And no one knows who the New York MLS team is. We could wait 100 days. No one will think of it because no one watches MLS.
And also, like, the guy is very good at social media, and like not in the same way that like people would consider Trump good at social media. Like Mayor Mamdani is very good at presenting a good image of New York City.
He's the man.
Presents. I think we're not going back. I think we
the
have
Red
to really
Bulls,
understand that this version of predatory capitalism has come to its fruition, and we're kind of all in this monopoly game where that one person has all the money and all the property on the table, and we're like, this isn't
the
fun
landlord
anymore.
game.
We have to try new rules to this game, and this is what we're being offered with the Democratic Socialist Party.
But Neera, do you think that I mean, what then, right? Like, is democratic socialism really something that is exportable outside of New York? Let me just read this.
Like, I watch Couch Politics. Shout out to Couch Politics. Shout out to Poppy. And I don't know if he has a crush on Abby, which I can understand. Abby's very attractive. She's a very nice lady. She's very intelligent. Fun to watch. Bro, she's in the fucking tank. She has been in the tank for years, and it's times like these where you see her deep DNC roots start to show through.
Quote from John Fetterman, who's no fan of the socialists.
Like, what kind of fucking person brings up Fetterman when we're talking about the DSA?
No one is a fan of John Fetterman.
Not even John Fetterman.
That guy is a human train wreck.
Toilet bowl.
As to Manu Raju, the dirtbag left is surging. That's what he says is happening tonight in some of the.
Were the dirtbags?
And not Senator Fetterman, who sides with Trump every chance he gets.
Primaries.
Well, I think it's hard to take advice from John Fetterman these days about where the Democratic Party.
Like, if John Fetterman wants to see me in the octagon, I can make that. I can arrange that for him because he really needs a good slapping. You know what I mean? Like not in the like I'm gonna find you on the street and slap you, but like, come on, me and you lace them up. Let's get in the ring, and I'm just gonna slap them. Just slap them over and over again. Because I'm telling you something right now, John Fetterman. If you think you can run as a Republican and they're not going to jump all over your stroke having ass and dog you out for being unprofessional and not deciding how to wear work clothes to work, and you want to just walk around and do whatever you want, go ahead and join the Republicans. And they're going to dog walk you. The only reason you're in your fucking seat is because the empathetic left propped you up because you had your stroke, like, what was it, like a month?
Yeah.
A month or two right before the fucking things? Couldn't talk, couldn't walk.
There are too many in the House and the Senate on the Democratic side who are only there because their party registration is Democrat. And
Correct.
The Democrats are terrified to lose anybody. It's the same reason Joe Manchin had so much power when he was still in the Senate. It's these guys who are Democrats in name only. I hate using those fucking terms, but
he's a dino.
He's a Democrat in name only. He's only there to prop up whatever numbers the Democrats need to prop up. He doesn't side with the Democrats when it's important.
Ever. He has gone to, like, Fetterman. I don't know if you've been watching his votes. He has not voted with the Democrats at all.
Right.
He's left. He's doing his own thing. Whenever Israel tells him to do something, he just listens to them. He doesn't even fucking do town halls anymore.
But because the majorities are so slim, people like him have so much power. They have outsized power.
Turncoats, yeah.
Yeah. That Manchin had the same thing. He had outsized power compared to other senators who were more reliably liberal.
In cinema.
Right. And cinema. And they're gone now because they became like boogeymen of the party, but those kind of people always pop up. It's the same thing with Matt Gaetz in the Republican Party before he got thrown out. He had outsized power because they had a slim majority, and he got a couple of his friends together, and they ousted what the fuck his name was.
McCarthy. You always forget McCarthy.
But it always happens where these like power bubbles happen around these people who are on the fringes of the party in one way or the other.
Trying to fix my light, sorry.
Regarding the New York City, or not New York City, the New York State primaries, I saw on the Republican side that it was with the guy who owns fucking Sticker Mule ran on the Republican side in his district in New York, and fuck that guy.
Did he win?
No, he did win on the Republican side, yeah, but fuck that guy. I'm not usually for boycotting things. Oh, there's a kitty cat.
He's very tired.
I'm not usually for like wholesale boycotting things because of individual people, but boycott Sticker Mule because fuck that guy. Don't buy stickers from them. Don't buy anything from them. Go somewhere else.
I'm sure
he did a rap song where he called Mamdani a terrorist.
Is he a white guy?
Oh yes, the whitest of guys.
Oh well, then don't rap anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want about Mamdani, but don't use black people's art form to fucking do so. Get the fuck out of my culture.
This wants to know what Sticker Mule is. An online sticker making website. Like you can have them print stickers for you and whatnot. Don't buy their shit.
You just give them an image and then they give you a sticker.
Yeah. But don't buy their shit.
Yeah, don't do it.
I will note he had a lot of left support when he was running and then turned his back on the left pretty quickly when he came into power.
We want more
I think we should look across the board. There's also another important race in New York, New York 17.
I can do that too.
It'll be
Hold on.
Mike Lawler's seat. That is a seat that is really up for grabs. It's contesting a Republican seat. A woman won. Kate Conley has been declared in some places, and she is a former military leader and has served many times in across the oceans to protect Americans. And I think, she was facing
There are
a more
Americans across the ocean?
Candidate. But people there were looking for a more moderate person to go up against a Republican. I think this is a healthy Democratic Party in urban cores, like in New York City, places where there are a lot of liberal voices. People are hungry for change, and I think they are angry at some establishment figures that have left them down, but also where you need to put up competitive races and competitive candidates. Democratic primary voters are still selecting candidates who can best beat the Republican.
They're pulling the brand leftward. I mean, the Democratic Party now is the Democratic.
Okay, so this little motherfucker, Tim, turn your camera. talking to the pup over here. I just want to say, this guy, I don't know what his deal is. I hate this guy.
I hate this guy too.
This guy is always on some bullshit. There we go. I had to fix my light. It was wobbling all over the place because the movers were a little rough with it. And it's like, doing the fucking Michael Jackson smooth criminal 45-degree lean on my ass. I'm like, let's fix that. But yeah, this guy, I don't know what his deal is. I don't know who he's a part of, but I think I'm not gonna lie, it might have been him or another white guy. But one of them was like, they confess, like, yeah, I never voted for Trump, but they just get up on the show and they defend him tooth and nail. Like, they'll secretly not do it, but they know that they gotta, like, I gotta work.
Well, they gotta pretend to be moderate.
Well, they gotta pretend to be MAGA. And they got to like, they pretend to, like, they'll never vote for fucking Donald Trump. He's a horrible piece of shit. And then they'll get on TV and defend every fucking thing he does.
Right.
Through the behind the curtain of, well, I actually didn't vote for him. So when they actually try to pull that on me, I can just say that I didn't. Oh, man. Oh, a 22-year-old visitor to Yosemite National Park in California died after he was swept over a 594-foot high waterfall. That's been happening a lot. People have been like, as soon as they closed or Doge went through and started firing all the parks workers and stuff like that and sending them emails, and then people were crawling all over those fucking national parks and going past the barriers, and there was no one there to police anything and make sure everybody was being safe. People were fucking touching the bison and shit like that, getting fucked up by them. It was bad.
Maybe it's because government is actually important. Oh man, who knew?
But James, don't be sad. We don't like the Democratic Party. And it's not the Democrat, it's the Democratic.
Socialist Party of America. They're for anti-Semitism, they're for confiscation, they're against capitalism.
Come on, we're
this
for
is what's
anti-Semitism.
This
That's
is what's
obscene.
happening.
That's
This
an
is what's
obscene
happening.
statement.
And
I'm over here reading the thing. Let me go back, because this is the thing that I hate. And I'll put my whole rant into this couple of sentences and then I'll let it go. If somebody came on this network to debate one of us and every fucking thing out of their mouth was a completely unverified accusation,
classic,
that person would not be invited back on, because there's no point in having a fucking conversation with somebody who makes up shit as they go. We're over here trying to fucking color in the lines, and this motherfucker can just lie and make shit up the whole time. And then guess what you get to do as the smart person? You get to unfucking tangle the yarn that they just fucking wound up. That's not my fucking job. But it is the job of fucking the people that work at CNN. I cannot wait until this administration is gone and these motherfuckers can start getting sued for libel.
Yeah.
You can't just say whatever the fuck you want about people all the time, whenever you want, lie about them. Oh, Jesus. Lie about them.
Jesus.
And lie about them on camera. This is all recorded, you piece of shit. I insult people, but insulting people is not illegal. I'm allowed to insult people. But to say that a party does this, so-and-so is a that, to name call public officials in a way that is defamatory. If he wants to sue me for what I'm saying to him, let's have that. Let's have our day in court, because I can argue that what I'm doing is free speech. And I'm commenting on his behavior. He is outright calling people terrorists and Nazis and all this shit without any evidence. I can prove that Elon Musk is a Nazi. He's Sig Heiled in front of fucking the entire planet. That's easy for me to prove. Stop calling Democrats fucking murderers and Nazis and all that. You guys are actually acting like fascists, yet you want to throw all of the harsh words at us. Well, the Democrats, I guess I'm part of them now for this example.
for the purpose of this bit.
For the purpose of this joke, I own a giraffe. But it's smarmy little shitheads who never actually give a shit about what happens to the country. They just, hey, I got to be on my show. I'm just going to have some counterpoints and it's going to be great.
Well,
I'm
also sick of like being gaslit by just random fucking people who, if especially like this fucking guy on CNN, like people who are in panels just to fucking gaslight people and be like, well, this and this and this, and you're right. They're just there to put in their talking points, whether or not they believe them.
Right.
They just want to play devil's advocate or whatever, or say things that they know are inflammatory, and just to get a rise out of people. All they're doing is trying to get a reaction, and they're gaslighting people for the fucking clicks and views and all that shit.
And this is like, it's fine when we get it from like, internet people.
Yeah.
They're not journalists. Like they didn't go to college for this. They're not professionals at the craft of storytelling and conveying the news. This motherfucker has way more experience than we do. He's made way more money from CNN than we'll ever make from, sorry, Viper Scott, you're doing your best. But this guy makes, you know what I mean? These guys have these contracts that they sign are not nothing. Like they're flying them to New York. They're getting all of this nice stuff. Like it's a good thing to be a contributor for one of these networks. It's a cushy job.
Yeah.
How do we get a cushy job? Just insulting people, just making up shit on people. Like all of our insults are based on something. This dude can just make shit up about people as a fucking career.
Yeah, well, hold on. I can do his job. Hold on 1 second. I can do his job. Hold on. Political commentator.
Oh yeah, that's us too.
There we go.
Me too.
There we go. Political commentator. That's me. Hey guys. I'm Tim. I'm a political commentator. Put me on CNN.
Dude, they need to let both of us on there. They should fly us out to New York and they should have us on the show. Abby, if you see this, talk to your producers, tell them to spend a little dough, get us out there.
Yeah, we'll go down to Atlanta.
They're in Atlanta?
Yeah, CNN's in Atlanta. Atlanta and New York City.
Oh.
It depends on what studio they're using, but CNN's headquarters is in Atlanta.
I thought TBS was in Atlanta.
Owned by the same networks or the same people.
Turner.
Yeah, anything that was originally Turner is Atlanta based.
Is professional gaslighting a taxable career?
Yes.
An expert to the title. But before we do any expert titles, we need to do some expert gratitude. I got the buttons this time.
Okay, I got the names. All right, first one is Jukebox Overdrive. I don't know that one.
Stupido.
John.
Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards.
Kristen.
Hey, girl.
He's looking down the end of his little nose.
Hey, Kristen 7920. You want to sleep with one of the hosts? Huh?
Not me. Kevin Spencer.
She says yes. Tell Tim I'll be right over. Like, no.
Over spilt meek.
Lori Burnip.
Ooh, I'm getting a spice attack.
CDN Ali. Yeah, I can't pronounce that one. This is 007. This has got to be a bot. There's numbers after it.
It's a freaking secret agent, of course.
A cherry. 6 Learu.
That one's hard. I'm not gonna freaking.
Democrats are revved up.
Blue Moon.
Without the bull.
Legion.
Fuck your face.
Sorry.
And Indie Duck Mel.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Congratulations. You are all now members of the Bindafada.
Welcome. What you doing in Hot Atlanta?
Hot Atlanta.
It's
only Hot Atlanta because tons of mice is there.
Mm-hmm. You keep it hot. Kira, what are you doing? Are you supposed to be doing that? Don't do that. Okay. She knows she's not supposed to do that.
There's not a lot of difference between things you say to a 2-year-old and things you say to a 13-year-old. That's wild.
I say the same things to her that I say to my mom. Stop.
We're for anti-Semitism. That's obscene. That's an obscene statement.
And you know, Party of America.
All right, let me go back to his insults and
Democratic primary.
The Viper Scott has quelled my fire, and now I must reignite.
Primary voters are still selecting candidates who can best beat the Republicans.
They're pulling the brand leftward. I mean, the Democratic Party now is the Democratic Socialist Party of America.
No, dumb bitch. We're trying to separate ourselves from them. Nope, they're the same. They're the same.
They're the same.
America. They're for anti-Semitism. They're for...
Excuse you?
The DSA?
The DSA is for anti-Semitism? Have you met Nick Fuentes? Sneeko?
Literal
Elon
Nazi
Musk?
Nick Fuentes?
What are we talking about? That's just
Have
like,
you seen what Kanye has said?
Right. All these people who have been to the fucking White House, by the way.
For confiscation, they're
What,
against
bro?
capitalism.
Come on, we're
This
for
is what's happening.
anti-Semitism.
This is
That's
what's
obscene.
happening.
That's
This
an
is what's
obscene
happening.
statement.
And you know, you
And he just says it and then he talks over people. Kira, you're going to be shipped off to go hang out with Nana pretty soon if you don't stop. Get away from there. Let me press play.
also can look tonight and see somebody else as a big loser. That's Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem Jeffries is going to lose these races in New York where Zoran Mandami
He didn't endorse in these races.
He did endorse. He endorsed Goldman. He endorsed his incumbent members of Congress. If he can't get the Hispanic caucus chairman across the line in a city where he's the leading figure of the political machine, then his stick is very short in the U.S. Capitol. And that's because Hakeem Jeffries himself, as liberal as he is not far left enough for today's Democratic primary voters.
It's not about being far left.
Also, he was fine in his race.
The Democratic Socialist Party of America's critique is that the Democratic Party is
but
not
the thing
far
is,
left.
you just made a statement about.
You have to realize those words don't scare people anymore. Is that saying socialist and saying
First off, I'll say that, especially with the three that are
but to
moving
be
forward.
look, I'm gonna tell you my viewpoint as somebody who lives in Los Angeles, right? A lot of people, and like you know this too, you live in LA. The number one thing they're saying is, why can't we have a Mamdani?
That's what they're saying.
And it's about energy. It's not really about some of the things you guys have named. They look at him doing things. They look at him sort of breaking the mold about and imagining things in a different way. And that's what has been missing from the Democratic Party is imagination. They don't have the imagination.
You don't win Congress in New York
Guys,
or LA. You win
let me just hit
Pennsylvania
pause for a second because
Fetterman.
CNN has a projection. I'm going to go straight to John King for recognizing
No projection.
And that projection, Abby, means that the mayor, Mamdani, does get a sweep of the three races in which he endorsed in Democratic primaries tonight. The Democratic Socialist candidate, Danielisa Avila Chevalier, beating a powerful Democratic, long-standing Democratic incumbent, Adriano Espaillat. Much more narrow race than the other two districts here, but this is, again, a Democrat. This is a mayor making a statement. This is a candidate making a statement. You're having the conversation with your panel about we want new, we want different, and yes, we want more liberal. In this particular case, Espaillat is certainly a Democrat and a progressive, but this is part of the generational divide. We've also seen the Democratic Party. We want new, we want younger, but there's one for the mayor. There's two for the mayor. And there's 3 tonight. So the conversation is going to be, Abby, number
Goldman
1,
lost. He's been on
how much power
Unboxed.
does Zoran Mamdani have in New York City
Right, we
politics?
had
Number
Dan
2, he's also
Goldman on
making some
Unboxed.
enemies tonight. Let's be honest. He's been mayor 6 months, and he's gone against 2 Democratic incumbents and the wishes of the retiring Democratic incumbent in the 3rd district there. But he's making a statement for the city, for the
So Dan Goldman lost. We've seen him. He's been on Unboxed. You're muted. Muted.
Brad Lander was the guy that was on stage with Zoran during the debates.
I can't believe Goldman lost. He wasn't a bad Democrat.
state, and he's also making a statement
support open. Friend of the show, Esther Hearn, Major Industries, previous Twitter, CNN, take those important conversations. He took a big swing, right, as we were just discussing. And you don't
talking about Zoran
take those kinds of swings unless you think you can win, and he did. And this last race that we just called, just 1 second, because I think this is super important. Daria Elisa Avila Chevalier is one of the more controversial candidates. CNN earlier.
Yeah, let's see what she's so controversial about. Let's see if it has anything that compares to Trump or any of the other Republicans and their scandals. Let's see how scandalous this young lady is.
In the year, reported that she had deleted previous Twitter posts expressing views for abolishing police, prisons, borders.
Oh man, that's so bad.
Wow, I hate that the state bullies and attacks people. Yeah.
Seizing private property, nationalizing major industries, calling into question.
And see, look, who's writing up the article. That's just what I'm saying.
Israel's right to exist. She spoke to a friend of the show, Esther Herndon, in a recent interview, said that all deportations are immoral. So all of that being said,
he's right.
Why can't you let them in?
What? All immigrants are people.
None of these motherfuckers are native. So what are we talking about?
there she is defeating a Democratic incumbent, a powerful member of the Hispanic caucus, who's been there. The chairman. He's been there for a really long time. I mean, you could say that
the Hispanic caucus should have done a better job. I don't know what to tell you.
Are they going to bring up that she's Hispanic?
Right.
Are they going to bring up that she's the same kind of Hispanic, except that she has a Jamaican father, I think.
And
she's also Dominican.
You know what's going to be funny is, I'm sure if they haven't made this point already, they're going to make the point. This is a primary vote, so these are primary voters. They're different than a general election. I guarantee you that these people who just won the primary on the Democratic Socialist side are going to win the general election, just like Mamdani did. Because they're like,
we're gonna win by a lot.
he won a primary in New York City. Oh, those voters are different than your general election voters. Guess what, guys? They ain't that different this time.
And then even Hochul had to come to the map because it was like, oh shit, that was 1 million people in New York that just voted for this guy.
Right. And if
that's a lot of votes.
If these representatives representing New York City are going to win, Hochul's going to have to come to the table on a lot more stuff, and the Democrats are going to have to come to the table on more stuff.
Because the DSA is coming with only issues that affect people's everyday life. They're not interested in the culture wars. They're not talking about starting new incursions or military operations or whatever you want to fucking call her on. They're saying stop doing that shit, stop funding people who are getting us into that shit, and we're going to spend our money on the people. It's almost like they have an America First agenda. Yeah, the fucking framing of the bucket is all that we're arguing over here at this point.
all of this is just controversial. She's a bad candidate, but she's likely to just be the congressperson. And does it not suggest, though, that the voters looked at that and they were like, we don't really care about that. We care about all these other things?
I think that's the problem for the greater Democratic Party in this district.
Couch Politics calls him Count Magula.
Count Magula. He does look like a vampire. I'm not gonna.
He's Eddie Munstering it up over there.
He needs to change his hairstyle if he doesn't want to look like a vampire. I'm just saying.
He looks like storybook vampire-esque. He's vampire coded.
Districts. You have the ones who are the furthest to the left, who under no uncertain terms support open borders, do not support any deportation. And even in that podcast interview, I mean, she was given a follow-up of even if it's a murderer, even if it's a rapist.
And here's the other thing. So when people come to America and they commit crimes, why the fuck would I send them back to their country of origin so that they can, you know, get their cousin who works at the jail, just let them out for free? No, bitch, you did the crime here. You're going to jail here.
Right.
So I don't want them deported. I want them to go to jail.
And we talk about this all the time. The laws already exist.
Literally.
If you commit a crime in this country, then you go to jail for committing that crime. Like,
no, they shouldn't be deported.
They always go to, oh, what if they, you know, do the bad things? What if they do the worst things? Okay, we have laws.
Can we deport the white people who keep shooting up schools?
Right. Can we deport Trump, who has committed every crime that he could possibly think of?
Elon.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Supreme Court gave him immunity from any crime that he commits while president. Especially all the war crimes he's committed, right, guys? He's committed all the war crimes.
I think we should deport Trump to Iran.
We should.
Or Gaza. Like, shut up.
Or Venezuela.
Venezuela, Ukraine. You going over there. We're kicking you out of the country. Oh, well, that's fine. I would like to go to England. No, bitch. You going to Qatar. No, Qatar's got too much money.
But they always strawman the argument to saying, well, I guess all immigrants are terrible criminals. That's not true.
No.
They commit less crimes than regular Americans.
The elote guy with the cart and the bell pushing that bitch in the hot ass summer selling corn and shit. He's a saint. How dare you? How dare you?
Republicans are very obviously going to take advantage of this, and it's going to hurt them.
Take advantage of what? Trump is president, you dumb fucks.
Greenland. Deport him to Greenland.
Oh, they'll be waiting on his ass.
The Democrats nationwide. You could win in New York, you can win in Seattle, you can win in Portland and Los Angeles. But that's where you're going to win. And if we're able to define the Democrats who have tried to run away from this label of being socialist, being
I'm playing this for a reason. The Republicans are going to try to attach me and Tim and other like out of the Democratic Party forward-thinking progressive people. They're trying to re-stick the Democrat to us.
Yeah.
They're trying to re-stick it because I think a rebrand is in order. I think the Kamala Harris campaign was a perfect example of how you can't just focus group and consultant your way to an electoral victory.
No.
You have to pay attention to what the people want.
And I guess the problem is going to be because he's once again he's wrong. Like, yeah, the DSA candidates are going to win in New York City, they're going to win in LA, they're going to win in San Francisco and Seattle and all that. But they're also going to start winning in places you don't expect.
Rural places
Where the farmers have been fucked over time and time again. Like, you're going to start seeing, and it's already happened. This guy's already wrong. It's already happened in all these special elections. Democrats winning where they shouldn't.
Yep.
Social Democrats winning where they shouldn't. I mean, before we found out Graham Plattner was a Nazi, he was a social democrat. And he's still backed by Bernie Sanders. So,
yep. And he's still going to win his Senate seat.
He's still going to win his Senate seat.
Even if we think he's like reprehensible, he's still going to win.
This really has nothing to do with the Democratic Party. This is sort of the beginning of the end for the Democratic Party, and also the beginning of the end for the Republican Party was 10 years ago. That party has been absolutely crumbling for the last 10 years.
Yep.
There are no Republicans left. You're either MAGA or you're a disaffected conservative.
Kay says DSA needs to stop running candidates as Democrats.
Yeah, just start running them as third-party candidates. I mean, I guess you don't get the money because it's a two-party system and it's fucked up.
Right.
But there have been successful local races in my state where DSA candidates have taken over town councils. Like, it happens.
Because what Count Magula is discounting here is the approval numbers for Democrats. Yeah, they're really, really low. which is why DSA is going so high, because MAGA's approval numbers are very, very low.
Yeah.
So
people
this
hate
is
parties.
this is the prime time for a third party that isn't on some what's her name, Moon Crystal lady, and Marianne Williams and Jill Stein. This is not a time for them. You know what I mean? Because if they cared about any of this shit, they would be organizing and getting their party out in front of people. Are they doing any of that?
Because of the way the two-party system works in this country, it is very hard to run as a third-party candidate and win. That's why Bernie Sanders ran for president as a Democrat.
Correct.
Vermont is a very special state where you can be crazy and independent and run and win. However, the country as a whole is not a place where you can do that. So yeah, if you are DSA and you want to win an election, you probably got to do it as a Democrat for a while until the Democratic Party and the DSA are kind of the same thing, right? And then you can just change the name.
Until the DSA members start taking leadership positions,
right,
in the Democrat. Because like I get that we don't want to be, well, the DSA doesn't want to be associated with Democrats, but hijacking their party and keeping it for themselves, I'm all for it.
That's how it happens all the time.
That's how it works.
Open borders, being, pro-crime or anti-Israel. If that's the goal of the Democratic Party to run from that, you're not going to be able to do that anymore.
Good thing they're not saying that.
That's the other
Good thing that's not their platform. Why don't you put their platform up?
part you forget is that the affordability crisis in this country, I think, is a major win for a lot of Democrats. It's like, again, all those little scary terms y'all like to use to try to throw people off and say
she's open borders, right?
And I'm not saying that I agree with that.
That is
but
what
there's
she
extreme
believes.
MAGA candidates too that run on way worse things.
Do you
than
call
this.
them out as well?
That's
And
the
you
dark
usually
side,
use
psychic
them as
forces
a-
lady.
Like that. You know why? Because there is core things that still resonate with people, and all the scary terms aren't going to get them off of that. At the end of the day, if people are broke, they do not
far
care.
left districts.
Say it again. Jamel, tell them again.
Way worse things.
Do you
than
call
this.
them out as well? And you
Yes,
usually
we
use
do.
them
And
as
guess what? They still
Democrats
get
for that
elected.
point.
You know why? Because there is core things that still resonate with people, and all the scary terms aren't going to get them off of that.
We ain't scared of the words no more. We're no longer in the 90s. So now the Republicans are doing what the Democrat did, where they got the 90s playbook out, cracked open to their favorite page. They're just going with that.
Yeah.
Do it. We're going to win everything. The progressives are going to win fucking everything.
Moses Tori says, the trouble is anyone who is 50 plus years old can't seem to recoil at the word socialist in any capacity.
That's fine. All the 50 plus people vote Democrat and Republican. All the millennials will vote DSA.
Yeah.
We'll see at the polls, baby. We ain't even got to argue with you.
Guess who the largest generation is?
We are now, bitch. Us motherfuckers. So guess what's about to start changing? All this shit. All this shit's getting ripped. All this carpet's getting ripped up. We're changing. We're moving walls. We're moving joists. This place is changing. Fuck this. We're not doing this for the rest of our
It's a gut job
lives.
is what it is. We're tearing out everything. It's going to go down to the studs.
To the studs, baby. And we might switch the studs out. Because no one is about to just sit here. Do you want us to sit here and let your old asses run our lives for another 40 years? Look how fucking great you've done so far. Nah, y'all asses are gone. Democrats and fucking Republicans are gone.
At the end of the day, if people are broke, they do not
far
care.
left districts where Republicans aren't running, like Republicans don't lose anything tonight in these districts, but they are going to be dealing with some of these far left candidates in, say, Maine. I mean, to come up for Congressman Golden's position, you guys put someone very far to the left, and that's now going to go into the Republican camp. We're going to pick that seat up.
That is not going to happen, man.
Gas gonna be $19 a gallon. We're winning that seat. Your idiot president is still creating controversy on a day-by-day basis. Every fucking day.
It's so funny.
Oh, Chrissy has a good thing on here. Chrissy says it's because the boomer generation were brought up being force-fed the BS that socialism is communism and communism is bad.
Yep.
Well, you know what? We've tried all of your capitalism shit, and we are broker, sicker, and poorer than we have ever been in our entire life,
Mm-hmm.
while working harder than ever. No, this shit's over, dude. We're not doing this shit anymore.
When you're going
I don't
into
think you will,
moderate,
my friend. I think that's the
well,
thing.
let me-
You guys keep putting out all these scary terms. No, we've heard all this anti-Semitism and
they're
we are evil
anti-Semites.
and we're
If you do
open
not
borders.
believe in Israel's
listen,
right to
there's-
exist, that means you're an
that's not-
anti-Semite.
That's one.
That's not what the word fucking means. Stupid.
Yeah, that's not what the word means.
That means you're anti-Zionist. There's different. You're 1,000 years old. You're a vampire. You should know this.
Candidate that you're talking about
There's
in the
three
entire
candidates.
country. No, listen,
that is the
you
part
cannot
of the
make it about a
Democratic
scary term.
Socialist Party.
There
It's
are
not a scary
people
term.
struggling in this country, and we need representatives that don't just represent the
Could you
donors
find
and the
one?
lobby groups and the
Sure.
billionaires.
I hate how they talk over people. And
Yeah.
I've noticed with these right-wing CNN panelists, where's my fucking thing at? Why don't you try that with me? You always do it to women. Why don't you talk over me? And after you do it a few times and I come over that table and I fucking straighten your tie out, then you'll understand that you should be fucking respectful to people and not just talk over them because they're women. They don't do this to the guys. For Bakari Sellers, they'll just like lie about what he said. But for the women, they jump all over them and just talk right in the middle of her fucking sentence. Unbelievable. He lucky I ain't in there. This is what actually CNN don't call me.
Mom,
I ain't got no bail money. Don't call me.
you
Part
cannot
of the
make it about a
Democratic
scary term.
Socialist Party.
There
It's
are
not a scary
people
term.
struggling in this country, and we need representatives that don't just represent
Could
the
you
donors
find
and the
one?
lobby groups and the
Sure.
billionaires. Mamdani is showing us that you can deliver. It is possible
you
to
find
run
any
and
who
keep your
don't
promises. I would
hold
love to talk
anti-Semitic
without you
views?
talking over me the entire time.
Yeah, that's how we
Damn.
Yes, and he's also out there saying that
Oh
Uh-oh.
shit, we're gonna have to do some research here. God damn it, Timothy.
Stop pressing the button. 5 British pounds from Viper Scott. How did the Republicans take over the Whigs? Diz wants to know, so do I. I'm not up on that political history. Let me
The
see.
death of the Whig Party.
Whig
Hey,
Party.
maybe they're not dead. Maybe they're still wearing the powdered wigs.
he's going to align himself with the folks that do not believe in Israel's right to
look,
exist.
Oh yeah, they all did used to wear powdered wigs, but then they'd be like, no, no, no drag story time. That's inappropriate. Meanwhile, George Washington is wigged up. You hear me?
Lander,
I just answering your question.
If you want to,
Tons of eyes. Tim's hat 2026. Keep the vampires away like garlic. Or are the like the D&D vampires? They have like OCD. So if you ever run it, hey guys, let me help you. Hey, this is from me to you. I'm helping you out. If you're ever playing D&D and a vampire is upon you, you need to take coins or rice or something that you have a lot of. Marbles would be great. Rice is best. Throw it on the ground in the game. The vampire must count them. They must. They are compelled. And while they're counting, you run away. You run like the wind.
So to answer the question, I've read about this.
Uncle Abad says, ask Biden, he was there.
Hilarious. The collapse of the Whig Party. Hilarious. Basically what happened is, this is pre-Civil War stuff. So the Whig Party was pro the Kansas-Nebraska Act, which repealed the
Ooh, that's
Missouri
deep.
Compromise.
Yeah, that's deep. I forgot all about that.
And what happened is they had a couple of bad presidents, particularly President Pierce.
Everybody knows and loves him.
Everybody remembers President Pierce, right, guys?
He was the one after Buchanan.
And a political coalition formed called the Know Nothing Movement, which eventually became the American Party. And both the fledgling Republican Party and the Know Nothing Party portrayed themselves as the natural heirs to the Whig Party against the Democratic executive tyranny. Now, remember, the Democratic Party back then was the slave party because that's where all the conservatives were. And the Republicans and the Know Nothing Party focused on the supposed the danger of mass immigration and Catholic conspiracy. Wow. The Know Nothing Party was an anti-Catholic movement. While the Republican Party almost exclusively appealed to Northerners, the Know Nothing Party gathered many adherents from the South and the North. Some individuals joined both groups, even while they remained part of the Whig Party. So the Whig Party got pulled apart by the Republican Party and the Know Nothing Party. And as the Republican Party gained power, the Whig Party just sort of died off. And anyone who wasn't a Republican, a Whig, or a Democrat became a part of this American Party, which was apparently anti-Catholic and anti-immigration. So,
oh, you mean the KKK party?
Yeah, maybe.
I would cross-reference the dates. That sounds exactly like the MO of the Klan.
It could have been. It says that the American Party, also known as the Native American Party, which is not the same Native American you're thinking of, also colloquially known as the Know Nothing Party, was a nativist political movement that was also anti-Catholic in the United States in the 1840s and 1850s. So America was a rough place. Eventually,
let's go back to those days. Let's make America great again, like it was back then.
Jesus. The last Whig Party National Convention was 1856, where they nominated Millard Fillmore for president.
They were just naming people whatever. Millard, go get some water from the well. I'm thirsty.
The American Party and the Whig Party collapsed after 1856 when they got stopped by the Democratic Party, which, by the way, in 1856 was still the slave party because it was full of conservatives.
Correct. The conservative Democrats.
Yes.
But I mean, this is history. We know history. We learn from history.
Some people learn.
No, that lie about say find me an extreme MAGA politician that's not bigoted.
But
I would say the same thing.
What about what Jamel is saying? I mean, isn't the story of the last 10 years of politics, especially in this Trump era,
this is very telling,
that there are, even in the Republican tent, plenty of people to the far right that have been welcomed into the tent. And maybe they're toxic, maybe they're controversial, but they still get elected in their ruby red districts. It just seems like a parallel thing is starting to happen on the Democratic side.
Here we go.
And part of what's happening is that Democrats are actually learning from what Republicans did.
I don't think they're learning.
I
don't really think they are learning. I mean, I think if you look back, this happened to us in 2010 and 2012. You can look at candidates like Sharon Angle and Richard Murdoch and Todd Akin. We left a lot of Senate seats and House seats on the table because we did things that made the most radical people in our party happy. And you guys are celebrating, oh, we're taking our party back. We're finally sending a message. It's a message that swing voters are going to be scared of. Congresswoman,
and let me just go ahead and say this. The era of the swing voter is gone. I don't think there are swing voters. There's just broke voters and rich voters.
I'm going to push back a little bit. I think there are swing voters, but not in the way that you're thinking. I think there are a lot of split ticket voters out there.
Well, I'm saying, like, since Trump's part two Electric Boogaloo, I don't think there's some people that are like, I'll give his candidates a chance.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I think
I don't.
I think Trump is very polarizing, is what more or less what I'm getting after here.
Yeah,
is that there aren't people who are just like, well, I do like the things that Trump is doing, but I really want this Democrat to be like at my state level. He's not doing anything. He doesn't care about national politics anymore. He just wants to do whatever the fuck he wants. He's not trying to fucking win elections for these people. He'll do a couple of campaign things or whatever and talk some shit online, but he doesn't actually give a fuck.
Yeah,
he's not invested in any of this.
I think that the Republicans who aren't,
Kira,
well, the Republicans who may have left the party because they're not MAGA, the conservatives who left the party because they're not MAGA anymore. I think that they won't vote for Trump's people, but they'll still vote Republican in other places. Like that kind of stuff is going to happen. And 100% locally, people split ticket vote all the time, and it's the world's most frustrating thing.
Oh, hello, Kitty. I'll let it go for now. Because like Progress Only is saying it's like the Tea Party of left. I don't think that's what is happening right now.
No.
I think
different.
the structure that we had before has crumbled in our hands. And if we don't rebuild it into something different and something that works, I don't know what people are going to do, because I don't think they're going to continue to like go for the red versus blue kind of shit. You know, because neither one of them has produced any results.
Right.
In 40 years.
I think it's becoming increasingly more candidate driven rather than party driven. Is your candidate going to do something for you?
Right.
Because I think Mayor Mamdani is the perfect example of someone who promised to do things that were good for New York City, and he's not a Democrat, and the Democrats they put up against him were proven inefficient or corrupt.
I mean, Cuomo?
Right.
Fucking Cuomo,
and he left them in the dust.
And I always forget about this. He lost the Democratic primary, then ran independent.
Right.
And then you still had Democrats, the DNC, still pushing for Cuomo when the people fucking decided that no, we want Zoran, and they said no, you don't. You don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? And I said it a little while ago. Eventually, there won't be a difference between the Democratic Party and the Democratic Socialist movement, because there'll be enough Democratic Socialists in there to run the thing. And then they could just change the name. Just be like, oh, the Democratic Socialist Party. There you go.
Chevalier, Congresswoman-elect Chevalier, I'd like to invite her to come campaign in any of the districts where I'm working with candidates this year. She would be...
Look at the arrogance on this one.
Welcome. We might pay her travel expenses. I would like her to be an ambassador of the Democratic Party.
But she's not an ambassador of the Democratic
Sure
Party.
she is.
then.
Of course she is. Won tonight.
And she literally is running as a DSA, Democratic Socialist of America candidate. Democrat. She's a Democrat. She's Democrat. This is the Republican framing trap that I am so tired of people accepting. Do not let him say Republican anymore. Force him to say MAGA. Right? Because he doesn't want to hold on to that stuff. He wants to be a Republican from a foregone era. And he's just, just giving his political commentary on what's happening currently. No, you're a political operative, dude.
Well, I'll put this out here, because the way that we've elected people has changed a lot over the last 50 years or so.
Yeah.
Primaries didn't exist largely. They did.
They definitely weren't televised.
We didn't vote in them. People were just fucking picked in a back room. We're like, oh, you're going to run for this. The only reason that we vote in primaries is because the parties had to acquiesce to people getting pissed off about that shit. And they still pick and choose the candidates they want. And when their candidates don't win, they get pissy about it. That's what's happening. That's what always happens when someone runs who the party isn't like their favorite son.
And it's, oh God, sorry.
And it's going to happen more and more as people hate these parties more and more. That's what happened to the Republican Party and Donald Trump. He wasn't the chosen candidate of the Republican Party. It was Jeb Bush.
You think?
Yeah. Jeb Bush was the dynasty. He was the one the Republicans wanted in 2016. Until Donald Trump started saying crazy shit, and they're like, "Oh, look at this guy."
You mean like the RNC side, like the?
No, yeah, I'm talking about like the
RNC, political wing of it. Yeah, okay, I was like, I don't know, man.
and the DNC wanted Hillary Clinton.
Right. They were both pushing for legacy candidates.
That's what these parties want all the time.
Oh, we gotta get that on the soundboard. Oh, I hope I remember that later. Please clap. That's Tim Miller from the Bulwark. He was the press guy.
For Jeb, yeah. Boy, that was a rough job to have. But even today in 2026, these parties still choose their candidates at every level. And if someone runs against them, they're going to get put down by the machine. That's what it's all about. It's all machine politics with the DNC and the RNC. Well, it used to be with the RNC.
So with you saying that, the fact that both of these weakened horrible, I mean, the RNC in the 90s or in the early aughts, oh, you couldn't tell them shit. You couldn't tell them shit. After 9/11 and our military machine was pumping, oh, the RNC was running things, baby. They was running things. And then we elected Obama and they had a triple majority and squandered it.
Well,
and Mitch McConnell put the brakes on all that shit. And then
listen,
Trump came and now we're here. You know,
and the RNC, not to make any weird puns, but they had a come to Jesus moment after they lost that second election to Obama and was like, what are we going to do?
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah. They ran Mitt Romney the second time, right?
Yeah. And Mitt did not do well. He's the binders full of women guy.
I forgot about that. Well, that's what we should do. We should have like a chill stream where we go back and watch old presidential debates. I would totally go back as far as we could find and have like debate night.
And you know, John McCain was probably one of their last reasonable presidential candidates.
Hi, Gina.
and hilarious. And
Get off of his horse.
And when a voter called Obama like a Muslim terrorist, John McCain was like, that's not how we talk. That's not, he's not. I know him. He's a good guy. We were both senators together. Like, that doesn't exist anymore.
He's a good man. He's a family man and an American patriot. Like John McCain wasn't going. Like, I know everybody hates the warmongers and the shit like that. I hate them too, but I can still value the moment that he could have went where Trump has lived, but he said, no, I have more dignity than that. Where's that Republican? Where are those Republicans at?
They all had their spines surgically removed.
You just said that
she's not. But I'm sorry, but aren't you celebrating the unity that she's bringing to the base of the Democratic Party? You're saying that she's energizing everyone.
No,
and we're going to point that out.
I think we started this by talking,
the entire reason he ran.
In your party.
By saying,
so jealous.
He got made fun of at a White House Correspondents' Dinner, and he never let it go.
That's why he over here said, I need money for a ballroom and I need a library. Actually, yeah, we're gonna put a jet in my motherfucking library. Fuck Obama. Yeah. I'm never gonna go to Obama. Well, I might go to it, but I have no inclination to hurry my little feet over to the Obama museum, the library.
The Obama Museum of Obama?
Yeah, I don't want to get droned on the fucking parking lot.
That Mamdani was the thing that we were celebrating, and Mamdani is showing that politicians can. Again, I'm speaking, and you keep talking over me.
Yeah, let him know. Fuck him.
Tell him to shut the fuck up.
You know what? That guy can fuck the hell off.
Fuck the hell off.
Yeah.
I would
love
to
wait, where's Marks?
Okay.
Where's Marks? Where's Marks? God damn, there it is.
Fuck your face.
On a second. Just finish your point and then you can respond.
My point is, we were talking about Mamdani. Mamdani, in 6 months, has shown what the Democrats have not been able to show in years. That you can say you're going to get something done, and then you can get it done. That you can look out for the people, and you can actually deliver for them. That if you don't answer to the billionaire class, and you don't answer to a lobby group, and you don't answer to your donors, then you can actually keep looking out for the people. And that's why when we're talking about John saying, you know, is this Mamdani's idea? This is what a lot of us in the country want. We want politicians that answer to us, that look out for us, that represent us.
Madami said he wants to seize the means of production.
And then here he comes with
when
his
did
fucking.
he say that?
And then here he comes with his bullshit again. She makes a salient point, a valuable observation, and then here he comes. He said he wants to seize the means of production. He said he wants to. Shut your fucking robot ass up, dude. And if CNN can't shut people up, panelists, Jamel, if this gets you, cuss somebody the fuck out. I'm dead ass serious because you have to check these little worm ingrate. Like, I'm so sick of them doing this shit.
I would bring the show to an absolute halt. I'd be like, okay, he said that. Show me where he said that. You got a clip?
And then I'm going to tell everybody to shut the fuck up as hard and as loud as I can until he shows me.
Yeah. I'd be like, the show's not continuing until you fucking tell me and show me.
Abby should be saying or doing some of this, but she just allows this shit to happen because, I mean, I don't know how much AIPAC money's in her back pocket, but she allows way too much shit to go on. And it is so frustrating to try to hear it because that's Leigh McGowan. She, I think on TikTok and YouTube, she's politics girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she does shorts and stuff like that from her kitchen. And she's pretty funny a lot of the time. She's very articulate and knows what she's fucking trying to say. She does not need this fucking 60-year-old baby man to just like parrot in the back of her ear. Scott Jennings said he was gonna fuck up Adam Mockler. Get your fucking hands out of my face.
I remember that.
Oh, so he can just, get your fucking hands out of my face. And he can come back the next week. Then, hey, everybody, you got to at least get your fucking hands out of my face in the chamber. So just know you got at least one of them you can do. Shut these little interrupting bitches the fuck up.
This is what a lot of us in the country want. We want politicians that answer to us, that look out for us, that represent us.
Madame said he wants to seize the means of production.
Let me let
he wants
He
to
does not
fix
say
your-
he wants
He
to.
said
We've
that.
been throwing
He actually
socialism
said it.
around since
He
the
actually
40s.
said
It's like a scary
He
word
actually
that we're all
said it.
supposed to
No, he said
glorify.
that. That's
as
a quote from
promised.
him.
Jason, respond to that and also square it with the fact that Trump said all those things about Mamdani, but he's cool with him now. He had him at the White House.
He was copying his fit.
They're working together on issues, on housing. I don't know. Trump doesn't seem to be sort of following through on his pledge to use Mamdani against the Democrats. He seems to be wanting to walk hand in hand.
But you don't think that Republicans are going to use this, including Donald Trump, once we get closer?
I'm
to
just
the midterms?
wondering
I mean,
how
we're
effective
obviously
that's going to be.
Why don't you
I think
answer
it's
the
going to be very
question?
effective because these are
Is effectively clasping hands with Mamdani and they're walking into the future of
Well,
New
is
York City
Mamdani
together.
clasping hands with Donald Trump? I mean, I think it goes a little bit both ways. We're trying to say
Oh,
we
boy.
can work together, especially in New York. And New York is a special case, obviously, for the president. But the bigger picture issue for the party is more damaging. You can win these races in New York.
Hey, Tim. Can you read that real quick?
Sure. Let's see. Top democratic socialist models. Denmark operates in a flexurity model. It combines a free.
Just the names of the countries is fine. I have a
Denmark,
second slide.
Sweden, Norway, Finland, Iceland.
Okay. I have a second graphic here. Can you read the top there?
The happiest countries in the world. Let's see. Finland, Iceland, Denmark. Ooh, Costa Rica. Costa Rica sneaking in there.
Yeah,
Sweden,
sneaking in.
Norway, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Israel.
I'm just saying. It's just
Where's America on that list, Mikey?
17th.
Oof.
Or is it 27?
It might be lower now.
Yeah, they don't want to run them numbers right now. Stop the count. Stop the count.
You're not going to win them elsewhere.
I
That's just
disagree.
You can't say Mamdani is a
I guess-
beacon
I
to
guess
show
that
Democrats
you
how to
want.
win and then say we
I
can't
think that
take the
actually
socialism to other places.
Is true, right? You can win them in New York,
you,
but
light.
these
Shine in my
candidates
face.
may not be exportable to other parts of the country.
They will pull the
so
brand
you kind of
left.
well, I mean, I think those are two separate things.
They will
You're
pull
saying
it
that
left.
everybody gets
See, and this pull the brand left. I'm sorry, dickhead. The days of everybody pulling to the right to try to convince you to vote for a Democrat is over.
Yeah. And
no one's trying to convince you anymore.
We've said it on the show so many times. The Democratic Party right now is a center-right party.
Correct.
So I'm glad if they'd be pulled to the left. That'd be fine with me because they've been pulling to the right since 2000.
Right. Over and over and over and over and over again. And they've
Every
just been
time-
conceding.
Every time the Republicans move to the right on something, the Democratic Party follows a little bit behind.
Yeah. They'll stay to the left of the right, but they'll also move to the right.
Once again, the Harris Biden campaign. Harris was still for the deportation of immigrants.
Yep. And building the wall and having the most lethal military and all this bullshit.
Right.
And
they were-
infinite money to Israel.
And they were still for tax breaks for the wealthy and all this other
Right.
bullshit. Like
Right.
the Democrats largely are a right-wing party. So when these DSA candidates win, great. Because I want Mayor Mamdani pulling Kathy Hochul to the left.
Mm-hmm. You hear that?
What?
She has a little DJ board and she has air horns on it.
Oh.
So she's like, beep, beep.
But I want
Oh, sorry.
we need more Bernie Sanders and AOCs out there to fucking pull the rest of this party a little bit to the left so they can understand that's what the people want. That's why people are so disaffected with the Democratic Party, and their inability to do anything.
It's like when somebody works at a company or something like that, and they get trained in the old way of doing things,
right?
And then they stay at the company for 30 years, and every fucking time a new training video comes out, they got to fucking give you a 45-minute lecture about how they used to do it. Shut up and watch your video.
We don't.
You can't call her toots. You can't smack her ass, or we're gonna fire you. You understand? These are HR videos because you're an old man in a business that you're no longer socially equipped to deal with the interactions that you have to take place in.
Tim Carville.
You know, you're just too fucking stupid. So we're gonna have to teach you some shit, right? And this guy is a perfect example of people who are too fucking stupid to understand. The voters are saying we want more things to the left. It is not the Democrats. It is not the DSA. It is not the Republicans. The reason the DSA is winning is because that is what the people want. If you offer something that they want, they will select it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, these people aren't coming out of the grass and just, no, the people are wanting this. So these candidates are looking more attractive. Maybe run a good fucking administration for once.
There is a scenario.
I gotta
in which-
run.
All right. Well, I'm gonna finish this up and then
all right.
I think I got one more after this.
I'll say bye to the peoples, and I'll see you tonight for Unboxed Politics.
Oh yeah, that is tonight, huh?
Yeah. Well, hopefully Mark is back.
He should be.
If not, I'll find him.
Or else he's got to start drive. He needs to start driving then.
Yeah.
He's got to get to my house by the time the show starts.
He's got to drive all the way from Minnesota to Illinois.
He might make it. He'd be pushing it.
He'd be pushing it. He would be.
Because we're
Mark,
about
get in the car now.
We're about 8 hours away. But if you if you go through Iowa,
start driving now, Mark. You might make it.
God, that's such a boring drive too. It's literally all field, flat ass fields as far as the eye can see.
All right.
And then you get to Nebraska, and then it gets really flat.
Yes. I'll see y'all later.
Bye. All right, he's gone. Let's talk about him.
Democrats actually run the right candidates in the right places.
Yes,
That is what democracy
can I
is
just
supposed
say
to be.
this whole issue of 2010,
Politics back in the box.
2012.
Very fun.
You're absolutely right. Republicans
We have to pre-box the videos before we unbox them. That's the part that is left on the cutting room floor. Us boxing the videos.
took a very competitive races and they put very extreme candidates in. And I think that is not what's happening in the Democratic Party today. What you saw today is in the most liberal
reading
parts
that,
of America, they found
You said it
very
earlier,
liberal
we shall.
candidates. And you know, those people should represent, they should get the representatives they want. But as I pointed out, in competitive districts and states,
Y'all want to know what I heard about him?
they were nominating, Democrats were nominating sometimes more moderate candidates. Josh Turek just won in Iowa against a more progressive candidate, a great candidate, more progressive candidate, but people believe he has a better chance of defeating Ashley Hinson. And I think that we also saw that today in New York 17. So, and that's a healthy party.
Not in Northern Maine, not Graham Plattner, not in California against David Valadao. We are seeing, and how do we know? Because the House Democrats have been spending money to try to stop these people from winning.
So, okay, this is.
Yeah, the DNC and the RNC are going after the DSA. Fine. No one cares. No one's scared. They're the ones that are over here launching smear campaigns to try to fucking discredit people because they're fucking petrified. They are horrified that some ridiculous young upstart party is offering actual services to the people for tax dollars. What the? We're supposed to just lie to them about what we're going to do for them and keep the money. Why would we actually do things? Ugh. The tibularity.
This is the setup, right, for the fall in 2028. We'll see what happens in all of those races.
Ooh.
Next for us.
Timmy's making an Abraham Lincoln style hat with built-in headphones. Maybe he can get the little joints that it's like a little half necklace and it sits on your shoulders and then it's got the little earbuds. We can hide that in the hat. You know what I'm saying? Then the earbuds can just come down and he can just kind of sneak them in right before. Oops. Yeah. Diz, they are shitting their pants right now. Because not only is Cuomo a big celebrity name already at being a former governor, but his fucking dad was mayor or governor. And then his brother's on TV and shit, or was on TV. Like, they threw everything, including the kitchen sink at Zoran, and got absolutely clapped. The cheeks were clapping. God damn it. Wrong button.
Us, the president admits.
Oh, I guess that was the end of it. Hold on. Where's my other video? Go. Not full screen. Did I leave my playlist? I left my playlist. No. Hold on. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can hear the scratching going on. No, I don't think my mic's picking it up. I got the noise gate up pretty high. Jeez, she is going crazy over there. All right. Playlist. There we go. Headliners 3. Did I ever put out the first two? I think I put out the first one. Okay, here we go. This is the guy who Homegirl beat.
Views change, people evolve. I trust the president.
And this is Views Change. Rep. Adriano Espellat discusses Biden reversing 2020 campaign position on Texas border wall. Now, this is the Hispanic caucus leader talking about the border wall and Joe Biden.
I think he's a man of his word.
Do you think his opinion has changed about the
Oh, look, there's Abby in the background.
wall itself?
No, I don't think so. I know that there's money that was allocated back on 2019, and perhaps they need to access that money. This crisis is a deep pocket crisis, right, for cities and the federal government as well. But I tell you, a wall is a Byzantine answer to a current problem. It really doesn't work. I think that the money should be spent smart. Ports of entry are a problem. The Cato Institute, a very conservative institute, has given us information that shows that only 0.02% of the fentanyl that's coming in is being trafficked by migrants. Over 90% by U.S. citizens. And it's
so you acknowledge the fact that all of the fentanyl is coming in by Americans, by and large. American citizens are bringing it over the border. But yeah, you agree that President Biden should increase funding for the border wall. Like, this is the shit that motherfuckers will sit there as the leader of the Hispanic caucus. This is how he talks. Maybe it's because he's Dominican and Caribbean Latins are different than Central American Latins. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it is very odd to me that the guy who is supposed to be opposing all of this bullshit is standing hand in hand. He's totally okay with it. As long as it's his idea, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I gotta go to my history here. Where did it go? She was on whose show was it? Oh, it's the MS Now guy. Oh, here it is. Here we go.
Perhaps no race made a bigger splash than New York's 13th congressional district. It's an area that covers upper Manhattan and parts of the Bronx, where an outsider mounted a challenge against an established member of New York's Democratic establishment and won. For the past decade, New York 13 has been represented by Adriano Espaillat, a man who's heralded as a trailblazer within his community. Before running for office, he broke ground when he challenged black political influence in Harlem and the South Bronx. In 2012 and 2014, he challenged the Democratic incumbent in his district, Charles Rangel.
West Harlem is black and East Harlem, Spanish Harlem is Hispanic. So a lot of islanders, a lot of Jamaicans, a lot of different cultures of people on the different sides of the borough.
Who had been in Congress since 1971. Espaillat lost both times, but finally won in 2016, beating out Rangel's chosen successor after Rangel retired. Espaillat's win was historic. He was the first Dominican American and the first formerly undocumented immigrant elected to Congress. He was reelected 4 times, currently serving as the chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and he's considered the dean of New York Latino politics. But more recently, Espaillat has been criticized for his support for continued U.S. aid to Israel amid its war in Gaza.
Is he AI? Does he look? No, we like him. He's a good guy.
Gaza, and for the support that he's received from AIPAC and affiliated groups. Last night, Espaillat and fellow New York Congressman Dan Goldman became only the 3rd and 4th Democratic incumbents to lose in the primary this year. Now, the 2 others were Texas Democrats who were gerrymandered out of their districts. The candidate who unseated Espaillat is Daria Liza Avila Chevalier. She's a 32-year-old Democratic socialist who was recruited to run by Justice Democrats, a group committed to finding progressive challengers to unseat Democrats. Avila Chevalier was one of only 3 congressional candidates endorsed by New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani in this year's elections. And she was his biggest gamble. She didn't have the name recognition or profile of either of the mayor's other hand.
I'm considered the dean of Southern Rats. Hey, that's a capital D on that dean, goddammit.
Candidates, the former city comptroller Brad Lander and the New York State Assembly member Claire Valdez. On top of that, Avila Chevalier's internet history threatened to bring down her campaign at various points.
Like, dude, Trump is president. If you're an American voter out there and you still give a shit about what people say on the internet, when these motherfuckers let a bunch of 20-year-olds on Adderall into the fucking Social Security network to access all of our information, and you're still worried about somebody saying fuck Kamala Harris, I'll say it. Fuck Kamala Harris. Adults are allowed to say bad words, okay? She's allowed to be angry at a political figure and talk shit about them, okay? I swear, and I hope they clip this too. If I run for any kind of office and they want to use this show against me, motherfucker, I stand 10 toes down on everything I've ever said on this network. So, yeah, fuck Kamala Harris, and she's allowed to say that. Even if she doesn't believe it now, she's allowed to fucking say it.
Old social media posts from a since deleted account.
Yeah. Fucking Mr. Big Balls was in there after he got beat up by a fucking 13-year-old fucking girl with a jump rope. He got beat up by Lisa Simpson, and then we're right back to stealing our fucking private information.
Came back to light, including ones in which she advocated for abolishing the police. Some posts sharply criticized Democratic leaders. She once called Joe Biden, quote, a war criminal. And in a 2021 post, she wrote, quote, F Kamala Harris.
And it says the recount. I want to be clear to the folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to United States-Mexico border. Do not come. Do not come. She said, I have no nuance to add. Fuck Kamala Harris. So when you put context to her statements, they're not so crazy, right? American foreign intervention is why these people are fleeing their homes. Their governments have failed due to our intervention, and then to tell them, do not come up here for sanctuary. That's fucked up and wrong. I have a fucking bonfire in my backyard and I burned my neighbor's house down on accident. and then tell him he can't stay with me. You need to go get a hotel. Fuck that. She's dead on 100% fucking right.
During a debate last week, she apologized to Harris after a spy pushed her to do so, and she said that she ultimately voted for Harris in 2024. Journalists also uncovered that she attended a controversial rally in Times Square on October 8, 2023, one day after Hamas attacked Israel. The rally was described as a gathering.
She's an American citizen. She's allowed to do whatever the fuck she wants. Yeah, we tend to we want to strip the context from your statements, Tues.
To show solidarity with the Palestinian people.
Thank you, because I mean that. We interfered over there, and we helped put in the Maduros and all of these people that everyone talks shit about that are like these worst nations on the planet. We're the reason they're like that. And when you're just a normal kid who likes history, and you have your formations of what your country is, and then that history starts to crisscross with modern day events, you get past the 60s and you start getting into the 70s and 80s, and it's like, oh my God, America, what have we been up to? Oh shit. Okay, that was a mistake. We made some mistakes. Let's help these people out for now, and maybe we can help mend and heal their country. No, that shit never fucking happens. They just label them as fucking, drug smugglers and blow them up. Ain't nobody signed up for that shit. Oh, God.
Others criticized it for condoning the violence that Hamas had just committed, pointing to chants like, quote, resistance is justified when people are occupied. New York's Governor Kathy Hochul called it, quote, morally repugnant. Zoran Mamdani, who was then an assembly member, stayed away. Brad Lander, who is Jewish, condemned the rally and canceled his membership with the Democratic Socialists of America after the group posted about it. Avila Chevalier has defended her decision to attend that rally. New York's 13th district is solidly Democratic, so barring any other political shockwaves between now and November, she will be heading to Congress. Daria Liza Avila Chevalier has shown that she can win. Her victory in particular is emblematic of changing tides in the Democratic Party. So now the question is, what will the next chapter of her story and the Democrats' story look like? Joining me now is Daria Liza Avila Chevalier. Democratic nominee for Congress in New York's 13th district. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
I'm hoping, because you will be a member of Congress, that we will have many opportunities to have a conversation, which means the first conversation is going to be a little tough.
God damn it, my jokes!
Now moved from a
no. I had to yell at somebody because she was being very bad. Yeah, you were being bad. We don't run on the couch. But I was saying she looks like what my kid's gonna grow up to look like, I think. So maybe there's like some dad energy coming through where I'm just like, oh, I got a kid that looks just like you. I hope all the best. My lipper isn't enough. I wonder how well I enunciate for lip readers. I wonder.
A hot part of the...
How legible is my lip speak?
The primary, where things are really hot, into you're going to be the next member of Congress. And everybody's now looking at you and saying, what is that going to look like? Last night, we were on air when you delivered your speech, in which you said, quote, the corporate landlords and lobbies who powered our opponent's campaign knew that he didn't represent us in this district. He didn't fight for us. He represented them,
welcome.
And he fought for them, end quote. First of all, have you spoken to Adriano Espaillat?
Yes, we spoke last night.
Okay. How'd that go? Because there's a rift in your district at the moment, which often happens after a primary.
I think it was a brief but, positive conversation where he congratulated me and offered support in this transition. And I think New Yorkers deserve that kind of transition, one where we're working together to deliver for them.
You have to do and say things in primaries. And then now you are the actual Democratic Party representative. That's not always the same as being a member of the Democratic Socialists of America. How do you square that?
I think I'm very proud of the campaign that I've run, one where I am presenting the vision that I have for New Yorkers here in this district. And that has always been the vision that I have for them, right? I've been very frank and honest about what that is. And even when folks disagree with my vision, I am very proud to say I will always be honest about my position on things. And even if we don't agree, I will still fight for every single person in my district, because that is what they deserve. They deserve somebody who's going to fight to make sure that they have all of the resources that they need to lead a dignified life as New Yorkers.
I think you probably, and at some point we'll be done with this conversation, but you probably want this conversation to go away. But there are the social media posts. You have had derogatory posts about Joe Biden and about Kamala Harris. You did apologize for the Kamala Harris one. I guess the Joe Biden one, you did say.
I'm going to pause this real quick, and I'm going to post the article, the full article in the chat, copy and paste. So I'm going to paste the whole article in the chat, and I'm just going to read a segment of it real quick. So this is from, let me scoot this over. Show this instead. Espaillat senior advisor made racist and Islamophobic comments about congressional challenger. Did you hear the panel talk about that at all? Even the Democrats, did you hear them talk about that? The congressmember condemned the comments of Ruskin Pimentel, who said that Daria Avila Chevrolet wants to replace Dominican New Yorkers with Muslims and Haitians. Mamdani, who is also Muslim, his goal is to change the demography of Washington Heights, that Washington Heights no longer be a bastion of Dominican community, that is rather to become a bastion of Haitian Muslim community allied to him. And for Daria Chevrolet, who is the candidate running against Adriano, Washington Heights cannot continue to be Dominican. She's Dominican. For them, Washington Heights must follow the same pattern in Brooklyn. That is because since Haitians are converting to Islam in high numbers, they must be moved to the Dominican district. And then says Chevrolet also addressed the racist attacks in the statement. In the final days of this campaign, I have been hit with the attacks that use Haitian as a slur. A coordinated wave of Islamophobia lies about my identity, my faith, my family. The smear campaign against me is not politics. That's racism dressed up and unleashed by my opponent because he has nothing else left. So while they're talking about all this, oh, she hates these people, y'all homie was talking mad shit on the sly.
You call him a rapist. Is that the kind of thing that just because you're sort of a digital native and that you do on the internet, or did you believe that, and do you believe that?
I think there was a lot of misunderstandings around where my posts, why they were deleted. I deleted my account many years back because I was focused on returning to organizing and my studies. I was working on a PhD program.
This was, I think this was a couple days ago. 3 days ago, 22nd, that this report came out. So I think it was the day before.
And I think often we are asked to really have accountability for folks who have not held political office or have political power, and don't do the same for folks who are in positions of political power. Now, all that to say, I do regret my tweets, and that's something that I think has brought.
Well, thankfully, you've come to a one-stop shop where I am watching this 24/7, and then I just pick out the stuff that we haven't covered yet.
A lot of division, and that's something I regret, because as an organizer, my goal is always to unify our community and deliver for our community. And I think there is this question of why is it that when folks who do not have power, political power in this instance, are being held accountable for things, we don't also hold accountable folks who do have political power.
So when people are not in office and wield no power, and they're allowed to just, First Amendment grievances to their government, man, it's almost like you want to hold her to a higher standard than the fucking president. Yeah, I'm with her.
where the decisions they are making in office every single day have an enormous impact on millions of people in our country, right? And I think for folks who feel disempowered, it's important to make sure that we're getting to the heart of where that sense of disempowerment is coming
You actually said that with respect to your tweet about Kamala Harris. You said that it came from a place of you feeling disempowered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think so many folks in our country feel that they don't have representation that is fighting for them, right? And that was part of why I decided to run, because I felt that abandonment from establishment politics that looks at my community as though it is merely statistics and not people who are worth fighting for, and not the policies that will actually better their lives. And too often we've seen folks go into office and close the door behind them, but what we need is representation that's actually going to listen to the community, hear the frustrations, and open that door and keep it propped open so that everyone can be part of their democracy.
So I want to talk to you because
Whoa! She's talking about changing the means of production. She wants horrible things. No, she wants the fucking people in power, including herself, to be accountable to the people that they represent. And instead of being accountable to APAC or Big Pharma or Big Sugar or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you have what, 150,000 constituents. That's the only 150,000 people you should be listening to when it comes to your voting, when it comes to like how your policy works. That's what they're saying. They're saying, we heard that you guys are broke and your rent is getting crazy and you need some relief. Cool. We're going to get on that. There is no other conversation.
You are part of a group of people who want to hold people in power to account. Mm-hmm. And I want to talk to you about that with respect to Adriano Espaillat, money that has come into that campaign, including money from AIPAC-affiliated groups. But I need to set the context on that first because of this conversation about this rally after October 8th. You have strong beliefs about Israel's targeting of civilians in Gaza, which completely dwarfed what happened on October 7th. That said, I think I'm going to get.
See, this is why they took him off of Saturday mornings and put him on at 11 o'clock at night. Homie spitting the truth.
That you agree that innocent civilians shouldn't be targeted by anybody, regardless of the reason or the grievance, and that stands for Israel and that stands for Hamas.
Yeah, of course.
Because people have associated you with being supportive of what Hamas did on October 7th.
No, I've always been very clear that at the core of every one of my values is fighting for human dignity and human life. And the reason I was there was at that rally is because I have been advocating for Palestinian human rights and dignity for most of my adult life. And knowing that historically what we have seen is that whenever there is an incident that happens in the region, there is an outsized reaction, one that costs thousands more people their lives. And that was what I was there to stand against, because it was a pattern that I had seen consistently throughout my organizing and throughout my experience in the region. I was actually in Palestine in 2014 in the West Bank, and I was there at a time where tensions were rising. And I believe it was almost either the day I arrived or the day after I got back to the United States that Israel began bombing Gaza. And over 1,400 or maybe 1,800 people were killed in Palestine and Gaza at that time. And I remember being home and scrolling through the faces and names of the people who had been killed and feeling completely powerless to do anything about it. People who looked so much like the people I had just left in the West Bank. And knowing that day that we were in a situation where something similar or bigger
say bye, Mel.
Would come to pass, that was what I was there to stand against.
It wasn't as central an issue in your campaign as it was in the Brad Lander, Dan Goldman campaign, but the AIPAC and AIPAC affiliated money that came in against you.
Yeah, tons. They're getting fucking American summer over there. They are not built for that shit. Poor souls.
was bigger. I mean, it was a lot of money. And you've been very critical.
So what do you mean here? I give her respect for owning it, but no one needs to be racist. Which part was racist? Maybe I was talking.
wasn't as central an issue in your campaign as it was in the Brad Lander, Dan Goldman campaign. But the AIPAC and AIPAC affiliated money that came in against you was bigger. I mean, it was a lot of money. And you've been very critical of Adriano Espaillat's relationship with Israel and continued acceptance of funding inoffensive weapons. Tell me how that played out.
You know, I have from the very beginning been very critical of the fact that he has taken over $670,000 to his directly to his campaigns from AIPAC. He has taken over $115,000 from ICE contractors, over $250,000 from real estate developers that are pricing people out of our city. To me, at the heart of this is the way that money is a form of accountability and to whom that accountability is to. So the fact that he was taking money from these.
You heard of Arkansas? That's some humidity for you. And I think Jukebox is down there in Louisiana. No, we are, and I'm from St. Louis. We are well familiar with the humidity.
Institutions from these right-wing lobbies, which is what AIPAC is. It's a right-wing lobby that backs Republicans and Donald Trump, and then also backs Democrats who purport to be progressive while voting time and time again in the interests of institutions like AIPAC.
And I like what she did there. I think it's a good move to tie AIPAC to the Republican Party. Like, this is a Republican donor group that also gives to Democrats who vote in line with them. And that puts a highlight on Chuck Schumer, on Hakeem Jeffries, on Cory Booker, on Jasmine, on all these people who are taking money.
And so I was highly critical of that because I see the impact of that on my community every single day.
Right.
When you have someone who's taking money from the real estate developers that are pricing us out, and it's no wonder then that in a district that is the second poorest congressional district in the state and by some measures the country, that it is so deeply unaffordable for folks when the rent rises to the average of
Scott Mullins.
$4,000.
Ooh, maybe he might be on Unboxed tonight then, if he had some good ones.
Bedroom in Harlem or Washington Heights. And so, you know, I think the fact that so much money was poured in, not only directly into
zero. First of all, what the hell are you doing over there? Second of all, shut the hell up. What you barking for? Yeah, mosey your ass over there and take a nap like you was already doing. You go nap, wake up, go somewhere else, nap, bark, wake himself up, walk to the same spot, and then take the same nap again. We don't need all that noise.
His campaign, but also in outside spending, where we saw over $7 million.
Chicagoland's actually got good weather. We had storms last night.
And we won't know how much of that was AIPAC for a number of days.
Oh, Mark Wayne Mullen. Oh, gross. Let's see what my humidity is. Oh, my phone's dead.
A lot of that funding came in after June 10th,
exactly.
Which means nobody has to report it for until the next cycle. Donald Trump talked about communists being elected last night. There were 3 of you in the congressional races, and there were.
And when right wingers call DSA members or even Democrats socialists and communists and all that stuff, that just shows me that you don't know what the word means. You just don't know what the word means. You just say words because you think they mean something. Like, I mean, like, you clearly don't understand what the phrase actually represents, and you're only going with like Facebook memes as your encyclopedia. It's very telling.
5 people who Zohran Mamdani supported in state races.
That's why I make motherfuckers define shit. They say some dumb shit like, "Oh, you're just a what's a socialist?" Oh, okay.
All 8 of you won. How do you avoid becoming the ad for Republicans? You know, we've watched Zohran Mamdani, and
wow, that's a photo right there. Screenshot. They got the whole gang up there. Medicare for everybody. What will they think of next?
And he's managed it very well. We've watched Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who has managed it very well. She's become a sort of a very policy-centered person. I don't think she's changed any of her views. How do you navigate this road? Because now you are a member of the Democratic delegation. You will be a member of the Democratic delegation, and you're going to appear in all sorts of people's ads, all sorts of Republicans' ads to say, this is what you're going to get if you vote for the Democrats, a communist.
You know, I think that framing is one that I've been very proud to be able to say I don't respond to, one in which I have been very intentional to say I won't be reactive. We are presenting a vision of what we're fighting for. And I think for far too long, we have had politics.
That was the right motherfucking answer. I don't care what they say about me. I have a policy plan to help their lives, whether they are racist to me or not. I don't care, because I'm about to win.
Politics that is reactive to
Run it back, DJ.
To say I won't be reactive. We are presenting a vision of what we're fighting for. And I think for far too long, we have had politics that is reactive to what Republicans are doing. What we need is Democrats who are actually going to present a positive vision, one that sets the tone for what we should be talking about, which is the issue of affordability, which is the issue of how our budgets are moral documents. If we say that we want to invest in working people in this country, then we need to do that, and our budgets need to reflect that. If we say that we value immigration and immigration justice, we need to make sure that that is also reflective in our policy. And so I'm very proud of a campaign that we built that centers those ideals, that centers those values and that vision for what we need as a community. And that's how I'll continue to move forward in Congress. And I think that for far too long, this reactive conversation of what we should be afraid of has prevented us from being able to have a politics of hope and a politics of life.
You gotta vote for me or we won't have democracy anymore. You gotta vote for me or all the rainbows will fall down and crush the ponies. You gotta vote for me or no, you can't doom and gloom people into if you don't vote for me, the worst thing that ever happened to the planet Earth will happen. You just got to trust me. You cannot do it. Also, I'm going to steal half the policies from the worst person that's ever existed and adopt them to my thing. And also, I'm going to stop attacking them on all the things that they said because I don't want to call them weird because that would make my consultants feel bad. Like, no one gives a shit about these consultants or about about the lack of results. Fuck the parties. Pay the bills.
Afraid of has prevented us from being able to have a politics of hope and a politics of life that Democrats can actually identify with. When the majority of the Democratic base has been seeking for the Democratic Party to actually fight for them, that should be the language that we should be leading with.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Again, congratulations, and we hope you will.
All right, look, Melba, thank you for an actual interview with a candidate instead of just, so you're a communist, huh? So how long you been a communist? What's your favorite part about communism? Like, instead of like being a fucking moron about it, it's so refreshing to hear a candidate in context with their own words. Stop, baby girl. And I just want to say shout out to all the Twitch streamers, including everyone's favorite Hassan Piker, for helping get her elected because he went out there and stumped for her. He did all the stuff he needed to do. And if there's people in our area, like my rep is pretty good. She's going to be fine. But if we need to do that as a show to get out there and start doing some campaign events for people, that's what we're doing. Because guess what, motherfuckers? We're not going back to this fucking status quo bullshit where you give corporations $100 million, trillion dollars. Oh, speaking of, here's my rep right now. Here, my rep's on TV talking to Mullen. We'll watch this and then I'm going to get out of here.
Terry Mullen, I want to discuss FEMA's denial disaster assistance for families in Illinois. You and I both come from communities that deal with tornadoes. Just last week, Northern Illinois was under a tornado watch as severe storms swept through the region, downing trees, disrupting flights in and out of Chicago, and leaving thousands without power. And between August 16th and 19th of last year, severe thunderstorms, extreme rainfall, flooding, and damaging winds impacted communities across Northern Illinois. Homes were damaged, roads were flooded, power lines were down, and families suffered significant losses. Illinois requested a major disaster declaration that included individual assistance, which helps affected families pay for home repairs, property losses, childcare, temporary housing, moving assistance, moving expenses and recovery costs. FEMA denied Illinois' request in October. Illinois appealed in November. Then on February 7th, 2026, FEMA denied the appeal and reaffirmed its decision. Unfortunately, Illinois is not alone. Since President Trump took office, the number of disaster declarations approved has been 30% lower than the historical average. And there's reason to be concerned that they're being politicized. An analysis from March of this year found that FEMA approved just 23% of disaster requests from Democratic-led states compared to 89% from Republican-led states.
Is this what we're doing now? This is what we're doing now? Give me the motherfucking big screen. Is this what we're doing now? You want to play that game? You want to play that game? Is that what we're doing? We just gonna let people suffer in states that didn't vote for us? Is that what we're doing? Oh, that's a dangerous game you playing, big boy. All the hurricanes seem to be in Republican states. That would be real fucked up, right? If they're like, a Cat 5 comes in, wipes out the whole southern seaboard, and then some fucking AOC sitting up there on the throne saying, ha ha, too bad, not approved, ha ha. Is that the game we're fucking playing right now? Republicans, you down with this? This is your shit? Yeah, we'll teach them. They don't bully trans people enough. So we're going to let their whole city infrastructure go under because they won't bully trans people with me. And they make me feel bad when I bully trans people. And they want me to pay my taxes and my fair share.
Don't get me wrong. Concerns about FEMA's response are coming from both sides of the aisle, including from your former Republican colleagues in the Senate. This should not be a partisan issue. Americans expect timely disaster assistance decisions that follow the law, not politics. What makes this even harder to understand is that Republicans have provided DHS with tens of billions of dollars through reconciliation funding twice on top of annual appropriations.
And they still not paying out disaster money. Because the little fucking ICE agent Gestapos need bonuses. They need bonuses so you don't get hurricane and tornado relief. Is that what y'all voted for? Is what y'all wanted? More ICE, less FEMA? Cannot wait till we abolish that shit.
Your department has repeatedly stated that this funding could support operations for years, yet families in my district were told there was no assistance or funds available to help them recover.
And she represents, I'm like southwest of Chicago, and then her district goes from me in the southwest all the way up to the southwest to the northwest in almost like a checkmark shape. So she gets a lot of the where Northern Illinois University, NIU, the Huskies. So NIU's up there, Rockford's up there. So yeah, DeKalb and all that stuff. So those places did get worse storms than even I did. And I had some pretty sketchy shit. We almost had some flooding. But our infrastructure in my neighborhood is pretty good. And we have lots of waterways to let the water escape. So we kind of fared all right. That is not the case for everybody.
On top of that, this committee does not have a comprehensive spend plan explaining how these funds are being used, despite my repeated requests over the last several months. Secretary Mullen, will you commit to a member-level meeting with my colleagues and I to discuss why Illinois' disaster declaration was denied and to see how we can support my constituents?
I just checked eBay. Guess what? There's a load of new listings of air conditioners units that look suspiciously like the ones Little had been selling at an inflated price of $250. That's crazy. I wonder if there's something I can do. I know some tactics to cool off a house, but all my houses have forced central air. Tons. We're gonna have to get a flotilla together. We'll get Stephanie, because Stephanie knows how to sail. So we'll just get a flotilla together, and we're gonna float over some goddamn AC units for you guys.
Ma'am, we haven't denied anybody a meeting with us. If you reach out, we'll meet with you. Just as long as I mean, and we'll do it in a timely fashion. Maybe not the next.
What is he holding? Hold on. Does he have like a stress ball or something?
Day.
What is that? What is that?
And we haven't denied anybody a meeting with us.
Try to get it. Try again.
Can support my constituents.
Ma'am, we haven't denied anybody a meeting.
Yeah, that. What the fuck is that? Is he one of those? Oh my God. Kira, stop it. He's one of those dudes who's like ADHD and like on the spectrum, but in like extreme denial. Like, dude, if you need a fidget, right, so that you can focus on the task at hand, you're neurodivergent, homie. You're one of us. All right. It's not normal for you to have a fucking squishy ball in your hand for no reason. Hell yeah. Yeah, like he's straight up got a stress ball.
Meeting with us. If you reach out, we'll meet with you. Just as long as I mean, and
I'm sorry, it's horribly distracting that he's holding a ball while trying to talk about how he's not paying out disaster relief.
Anybody a meeting with us. If you reach out, we'll meet with you. Just as long as I mean, and we'll do it in a timely fashion. Maybe not the next day, but we'll get to it as soon as possible. But I
see, what the fuck is this guy like? This is what happens when you fail up. Dumb motherfucker. You're supposed to be in charge of the infrastructure over a system that works without a meeting with you. Krusty the Clown put in a provision where everything over, I think it was $125,000, had to go across her desk. I'm pretty sure his is, I think he lowered it, but still, most of that shit needs approval from him specifically. He is intentionally bottlenecking things, and then he's only meeting with his Republican friends and then just rubber stamping their shit. This is intentional.
I do want to address what, if you don't mind, what you talked about here on politicizing it, because I don't.
I actually don't want to talk about politicizing.
Well, but
it.
if
I want to meet with you. To
but I mean,
discuss this in depth.
you made some accusations here about President Trump that's actually not accurate, because if you're going to make accusations, though, you have to let us respond back.
Reclaiming my time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so you're lying about it.
Mr. Chairman.
Yo, shut your whole ass up, Mark Wayne. God damn. She reclaimed her fucking time, brother. That means shut up. She only gets 5 minutes to ask questions. That means shut the fuck up. God damn.
Because if you're going to make accusations, though, you have to let us respond back.
Reclaiming my time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so you're lying about it.
Mr. Chairman.
Stop talking.
Because you don't want to hear the truth.
Mr. Chairman, this week, President Trump's
Mr.
nominee.
Secretary, the record will reflect that you have agreed to meet with the lady and her folks. And since I'm trying to keep people in 8 minutes.
Oh, 8 minutes. Oh, this is a special committee. That's right.
Please proceed.
Thank you. This week, President Trump's nominee to head FEMA, Cameron Hamilton, appeared before the Senate Homeland.
Hey, there's Delora. That's Tim's congressperson or senator. Congressperson.
Security and Government Affairs Committee, and pledged that FEMA would be fair and reasonable when evaluating requests for disaster aid. Secretary Mullen, will you make the same commitment as Mr. Hamilton to evaluate disaster requests fairly, reasonably, and without regard to politics? Yes or no?
It's interesting that you won't allow me to answer those questions. I can explain it to you, because I don't look at states different between blue or red. I look at them across the country as a whole. And if you actually want to know what we're doing, I'll be happy to. So you're not worried about this. I don't look at this any different, ma'am, and I'm not here to argue.
Who the fuck is worried about anything? Do your goddamn job. Release the funds that DHS has that is supposed to go to FEMA. Stop coordinating off the fucking money and giving it to your little fucking Gestapo workers. Okay? That's what's happening. You guys are hoarding the fucking cash that is meant for disaster relief. FEMA needs to go back with the Department of Health or something like not Department of Health, goddamn, Agriculture or something like that. It needs to be moved the fuck out of Homeland Security. And switching FEMA to DHS was a big fucking mistake, because now look who's in fucking charge of it. I don't know. I don't want to upset you. I don't know why you're getting upset. I don't want to confuse you. Bitch, you're supposed to be running a bureaucracy, which means as soon as I walk in the door, as soon as I call the phone, as soon as I go to the website, it's supposed to work. Which means some people have long hours and long nights. And they're not going to get paid what they're worth, because that's not what our government does. But that's what you're supposed to be setting up and installing. Not, I will sit at the head of FEMA and decide like a king which counties get relief and which don't. That's not your fucking job, dude.
With you, I'm not here to fight with you. I like facts.
Great.
Accusations doesn't help anybody.
I appreciate
the more
that
you're informed, the better you know,
And I
because
will
She literally gave out percentages of the states.
you're
hold
saying
you
some
to
stuff
that
that's not true.
commitment. And I hope that Illinois receives the same fair consideration as any other state.
Goddamn right.
Now, I'd also like to address another deeply concerning matter, detainees who died while in your custody. Secretary Mullen, since Donald Trump took office, DHS's immigration detention system has been plagued by medical neglect, abuse, overcrowding, and a historically high death rate. I saw these dangerous conditions with my own eyes when I visited the Miami Correctional Facility in Bunker Hill, Indiana, where I met with individuals who told me that it takes months to receive medication refills, including for life-threatening illnesses like diabetes.
Again, he is supposed to be sitting on the top of a bureaucracy, a moving, wriggling system of tubes and pipes and people and policies and logistical orders and all this. It is a complicated thing to do, which is why he should not be there.
Diabetes. Others reported being left unattended with infected boils and other serious conditions. So it's no surprise that a detainee at that facility died shortly after my visit, or that more detainees died in ICE custody in 2025 than ever before. Secretary Mullen.
Oh, you're just going to lie about the facts?
Does DHS have any official, specific internal goals or policies to reduce deaths in custody?
Ma'am, your numbers just aren't accurate. We've had
Lord have mercy.
0.009%.
Mr. Secretary,
You're asking about this. It's 0.009% of deaths. And we've had 54 total.
Say the words reclaiming my time. That's the one thing I'm going to get on Underwood. She needs to learn the lingo a little bit better. She waits too long. Just immediately, have reclaiming my time in the chamber ready to go.
And the president's time. Those are dangerous accusations you're making.
Mr. Secretary.
Those are dangerous accusations that she's
He
making.
needs
Because
to
in the state
shut
of
up.
Illinois, they're twice as high to die in the state penitentiary of Illinois than they are in
You are
detention.
invited to this committee. This is my time.
And you need to
are
be
a
informed
guest.
by what you're saying.
I am informed.
No, you're not, ma'am.
Mr. Secretary, does DHS have
Do
any
you realize that?
official,
Do you
specific
realize that
internal
we have?
goals
Why is he fucking talking? Turn his microphone off. Turn it off. They need to just fucking, if that's the easiest thing to do, the fucking chairman should be able to control whether people's microphones are on or not. He needs to shut the fuck up. This is unbelievable and unprofessional. I voted for her.
One doctor per 1,000.
I voted for her. She represents me. You shut your fucking mouth, Mark Wayne. Shut up and let her talk. So sick of him.
Mr. Secretary, does DHS have any?
Do you realize that?
official,
Do you
specific
realize that
internal
we
goals
have
or
one doctor per 1,000 for detention centers for our federal detention centers in the state of Illinois?
He is stepping on my representation right now.
They have one per 1,800, but yet she wants to focus on our detention centers.
You'll get your time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I guess this is a good place to stop. We are trying to keep members to 8 minutes. Mr. Secretary, you know that too. That's fine. So we all know how the clock runs here. The idea is to get together to forward questions. And I'm going to have you repeat your question
Thank
when
you.
we start up again.
Thank you.
But I can tell you this, if this format won't work, then we'll reschedule the meeting for later when we can keep it to all the issues accordingly. So this is the efficient way to do it. But if we can't do it the efficient way, then we'll go to Plan B, which will not be today. And I don't mean that as a threat to anybody. I'm just saying this is not Meet the Press or Fox News or whatever for anybody involved. It's what's the question? What's the answer? Mr. Secretary, if you need more time to respond to that, the committee will make any of your comments part of the record and we will endeavor to make sure that you get to meet with.
You know what? He's a fucking Republican, but I call him balls and strikes, air horns. Fucking restore some goddamn order.
Whoever wants more time. But while we've got the whole committee sitting here, we're not going to do the XYZ debate, whatever the heck. So, ma'am, please repeat your question. And as near as I can figure, you got about 4 minutes left.
SG.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome.
Secretary Mullen, does DHS have any specific internal document, policies, or goals to reduce deaths in custody?
And we do a wonderful job on providing medical to. We're doing a wonderful job at it. We have 0.009% of deaths in our
whether
prison,
the department that you lead,
which is a lot better than the state of Illinois.
Is it your testimony that you do not know whether or not the department that you lead has a policy to reduce deaths in custody?
No, I did not say that, ma'am.
Well, that was the motherfucking question, dumbass. Maybe answer the goddamn question. Yeah.
Department that you lead has a policy to reduce deaths in custody.
No, I did not say that, ma'am.
You didn't answer my question.
Yes, I did. You're making accusations and you're not even looking at your own state.
No, you have no policy or plan to reduce deaths in custody.
That's not
now,
true.
2 months ago, I asked ICE.
Our medical staff does a phenomenal
His stresticle. Stresticle.
job. In fact, every detainee sees a doctor or a nurse with every 2 weeks.
I reclaim my time.
Okay, ask your next question.
Okay. 2 months ago, I asked ICE Director Todd Lyons the same question. He said that ICE, quote, hopes that there will be no deaths in custody, but admitted that the agency had no actual policy in place to prevent them. Rather than implement one, he resigned just a few hours later. Secretary, since that hearing, 3 more people have died in ICE's custody, and those are the only deaths we know about based on your agency's public reporting. So, Mr. Chairman, I would like to request unanimous consent to enter into the record a report that came out today from Human Rights Watch and
Look at the camera. People turn around like, oh, shit.
Physicians for Human Rights titled Dying in Detention, Rising Deaths in an Expanding U.S. Immigration Detention System. Drawing on, I'm sorry.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Drawing on government records, detention data, and expert medical reviews, this report outlines 52 deaths in ICE custody during President Trump's second term and highlights the concerns we've been raising to your department regarding the lack of access to medical care, suicide prevention, transparency, and accountability in detention facilities. Secretary Mullen, ICE's detainee death reporting has not been updated since April 20.
I put in the chat right there. That's the report if you guys want to bookmark it and give it a full read later.
28th of 2026. The death rate in ICE custody has doubled during President Trump's second term. Will you commit to reporting detainee deaths as required by law?
We do report them, ma'am. No one,
So is it your
I don't know.
testimony then
We
that there is
report these.
no-
What you're talking about is what Congress has asked us to do, which we're not required to do, is report the deaths after they're released. That doesn't make any sense. They're not under our watch at that point.
Secretary,
If they die in our release, we
Is it your
report them.
testimony that there have been no deaths since April 28th?
I didn't say that.
Okay, so are you going to commit to complying with the required reporting requirement?
Ma'am, we were shut down for 115 days under this
Claiming my
department.
time.
Well, here we go. Okay. The law says you're supposed to do X by Y day. It is Y day. Why haven't you done X? Well, Z, bitch, they ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Okay, so are you going to commit to complying with the required reporting requirement?
Ma'am, we were shut down for 115 days under this
Claiming my
department.
time.
So I don't know what
Secretary.
we just now reopened. So I don't know what reports you want us to do when you weren't willing to fund us. You want the reports, but you don't want to fund us? That makes no sense.
Here and has been taking up my time.
What's your next question?
My next comment is that the ICE.
No, there's no questions. It's just comments.
No, I had a question. He didn't answer my question.
Bye, tons.
And so
the record will reflect that. What's your next question?
Yes, sir. There is a
what does reclaiming my time, what does saying that do? So in these committees, when you have people that are testifying in front of Congress, if you ask me, like, what do I plan on doing in the future to increase guitar playing in the country, right? Like I'm on the guitar committee. the guitar. I'm the guitar czar. So then you ask me that, and I'm like, the thing about trumpets and like violins and all that, and I'm not answering the question. I'm clearly just eating up the time on purpose. So what the rep can say is reclaiming my time. Like, I only get 5 minutes and I don't want him to waste my 5 minutes. So I'm reclaiming my time, which interrupts them. They're supposed to stop mid-sentence, mid-word even. Shut the fuck up. The chair says, Madam Speaker, or Madam whoever, or Miss So-and-so, or whatever. And then the mic is automatically forced back into the question asker's hands. So he knows what that means. So when she says reclaiming my time, that means the timekeeper should pause, and that the person talking should shut the fuck up, because the person who was elected by Mikey fucking Famine has decided to change their questioning, and it is their 5 minutes or 8 minutes on this committee. They can change their questioning to be whatever they want. And they can, Republicans do it all the time. You see them, they'll bring like maybe we'll find some Fauci clips or something like that when he testified. And anytime he would try to give an answer, they would reclaim their time and then change the subject. It can be used like that, but she's using it in a way that, motherfucker, you need to talk about what I'm talking about and stop trying to burn up my clock on purpose so that you don't have to answer anything.
Policy of reviewing and publicly
That is a good question, and that's one of those things that I don't think about like explaining, because we watch so much of this shit. So, good question, SG.
Reporting deaths that occur within 30 days of a detainee's release from custody. And that policy existed to prevent ICE from avoiding accountability by releasing seriously ill people shortly before they die. And as a nurse, I find this deeply troubling change in their reporting posture. Families deserve answers, and Congress should be able to conduct oversight, and the American people should have confidence that deaths connected to federal detention are not being hidden through administrative loopholes or filibustering. Transparency is not optional. There are laws and reporting requirements. And if this administration is unwilling to account for what happens to people in its custody, then it's Congress's role to question whether it deserves more authority, more detention capacity, or any additional cent from the American people. Mr. Chairman, thank you for letting me finish my comments, and I yield back.
Well played. Yeah, she's going to score really well tonight. I can tell already. God, I hate that fucking guy. And I'll pop it in the chat one more time here. Copy it again, because I'm going to read that. I'm going to go make some lunch. So here's the plan. I'm going to make some lunch, probably chicken nuggies, and she likes cherry tomatoes. So we'll probably do that. And then we're going to go for a walk to the park. Oh, yeah. Get some fresh air and run so she can get tired, and maybe take a nap. Maybe a nap today. I hope. She's been skipping the nap sometimes now. Are you happy? Are you happy, baby? She's so cute. I would show her to you guys, but the internet's full of dangerous and scary people. So, thank you guys for your continued attention. Thank you, Viper Scott, for your super support, and everybody else who did super chats. Who else did super chats today? Tons of mice. Tons is in there. Dark Lord Greg, thank you guys for your financial support. And if you don't have any money, that's not a problem. Just watch the show, like the video, share us with a friend. If you have a Republican friend or a right-wing friend, send them the link, And I'm going to talk to Tim. I'm going to start intentionally making some shorts to rage bait them. Because it is, as much fun as it is to talk with you guys, it's even more fun when occasionally, a beach ball rolls across to our little towel and we get to pop it in the air for a little bit. That's fun, right? Maybe I'll put some baby pics up on for members only. Dexter, it's time to end the show, buddy. Dexter. Dexter, you gotta say goodbye. Dexter. I love fucking waking him up. I love waking him up. I don't care what you guys say. I don't care if you guys start a whole internet campaign about how I'm mean to cats or whatever. This cat, hi puppy. Hi pup. That cat is a jerk. That cat is mean. He's mean to everybody in the house, and it makes me so happy whenever he falls asleep and I can bother him. What you think, buddy? Are we all done for today? Well, not for today, for now. All right, that's it for this stream. Thank you guys so much. Say hi, Zero. Can you speak? Can you speak? No. Can I get a woohoo? Give me a woo-woo. They always do this when I have to show people stuff. He does woo-woos all the time, and it's very cute. Whatever. All right, guys. I love you. And don't forget to drink your meat.